in defenses when one side's a lot better than the other. And I happened to play with the Dolphins when the Killer Bees were really good and our offense was bad. And then they brought in 13. The Killer Bees got old and they struggled. And we were scoring a zillion points a game. And we were on the other side going, hey, can you guys get a couple of stops and we can win 45-38 in this game? And I have seen that. I have seen that kind of little finger pointing and the little jabs and, guys getting mad at the other side. But this stuff with, I had a record amount of phone calls from politicians. The most I heard from ex-coaches that were here that are now other places. I heard from more guys yesterday and last night than I've ever heard. It was after Mike spoke yesterday, because this is not exactly his strength. Press conferences, he and Chris Greer, not exactly their strength. And so you get comments, and then yesterday, of course, everybody's brother from California to here talking about what happened. And by the way, you heard all those things: soft, don't play with passion, don't respect the coach, confused, not prepared. Then the defense, freelancing. That's a problem, by the way. Guys start trying to make plays and things aren't working with what they're doing and decide I gotta get some more pressure. I'm gonna do my own thing, or I gotta make a play because I've been getting my ass kicked by this guy. I'm gonna go a different way. And so it's just it was bad all the way around. We got a lot of.
You're looking at this all wrong, by the way.
What's that?
You're looking at this all wrong. At least Mike said it can't get any worse.
No.
So it's only up from here, Joe.
Well,
you're looking at this all wrong, man.
It's hard to imagine that it could be.
Is that a weird thing for a coach to say?
I gotta tell you,
the good news is it can't get any worse.
They say stuff, and Chris comes out with that thing. What was it again? What? Reset.
Oh well.
And by the way, that looked like a reset. That looked like. Oh, Chris, thanks.
He goes after the first game. Well, can't get any worse.
Yeah. Well, listen.
It can get worse.
Well, we've got.
Mike.
We've got, Mike.
Jeez, man.
You play too many games like that, you won't be coaching.
One game.
Yeah.
Can't get any worse.
Hey, we got a lot of stuff. And by the way, like this team, there's just and it goes back to Chris and Mike, Tyreek Hill stuff. We got a lot of Tyreek Hill stuff here that we've got to talk about this morning. Hey man, this game is hard enough when you have outside distractions. It's hard enough to play this game. And I always say because I hear fans sometimes go, hey man, the guy needs to just play. And you're going, the guy's going through some stuff. And I don't want to hear my team going through it. And there's people listening right now have gone through, deaths in families, divorces, all those things that throw you off the road a little bit, and usually we all rebound and come back, but it can sometimes take a few minutes. This Tyreek, I got so much Tyreek Hill stuff. So last night I got a phone call, and then Woody called me and made me aware of it too. And I had already had somebody call me. His ex-wife, Tyreek Hill's ex-wife, has accused him of some more stuff, and so. It's going to become a story here. I'm preparing for this thing to become a big story, accused of multiple domestic violence problems. So 8 to be exact, which I guess they're not officially divorced. It sounds like this thing is still going on. I'm not exactly sure, but I thought it was settled because we saw her numbers and what she was getting. So I thought it was done. Thought it was like judge stamped it. Both attorneys agreed, and they were gone. It was, whatever it's going to be. And she couldn't have a $200,000 car. She had to find a car for $100,000. I hope she's going to be able to find something. And so she had to turn that $200,000 car into find a $100,000 car. But anyway, this there's a lot of Tyreek Hill stuff I want to get into. A lot of people saying, oh, he's going to get traded. And I'm like, I don't know how you get traded when you're being accused of domestic violence by a soon-to-be ex-wife. And then on top of that, your salary. I mean, I just don't think it's that easy for everybody to just say, well, this is it. Mike's going to be gone and Tyreek's going to get traded. And I don't know, man. I would hold on that. Now, I got some other stuff besides. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm guessing this is going to go into an NFL investigation, right, Woody? You guessing the NFL will jump in now that she's accused them? The league is pretty serious about domestic violence now.
They are.
Because we've had a little bit of this before.
I mean, from a football standpoint, it does seem like this is something that could probably drag on for a bit. But from a human standpoint, that story was gross. And, you know, that's your best player. It's the guy you got representing your franchise. Well, he's essentially the face of your franchise.
Yeah, but
and that's
we have been through this with T. Hill now.
I know.
T. Hill since he's been here.
Joe, we always turn a blind eye to it because he's so good and he's so fast and he's this and that. And No,
when he goes for 1,799 yards, and he's the best player
anymore. And this is by far the worst thing that I think has come out on him. And
so the team has to decide on this as this story starts to pick up, whatever.
Well, I asked you yesterday, can you cut him?
No,
can you just throw him off the team?
I would be shocked if they.
Because he looks, Joe, now that the next day, comes out and we're starting to see more stuff and you see all these videos of him on the sideline and, he seems to be toxic to this.
Yeah, but he didn't really do like I love dogpiling. He didn't really do anything. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, I saw that and everybody made a big deal about him moving his hands, and I was there and I was watching, and Bo had made us aware, so we were watching it. I just didn't see anything that everybody goes, oh, look at that, he's losing it. Like there's frustration. Now you want to get on Tyreek for a zillion different things, you can. But then we start dogpiling. He didn't do anything on the sideline. Look at me. Okay. I hate to brag. I'm just saying. Well, now you want to get on.
I'm just talking about in general though. Has he become toxic to this team? It's tough to tell.
He didn't look very happy to me.
Yeah, right.
Being there up close, I'm not getting a good read on the T. Hill thing and the great relationship he and Tua, which by the way, we had that text come in yesterday, and they can say whatever they want and they're going to say all the right things and everybody's going to get, but I not so sold that Tyreek and Tua are a love affair.
Yeah. But look, if one thing in that story is proven to be true, he's got to be gone.
Well, I don't know how they're going to prove it. I said, unless they have video or somebody's got video or she has video from an apartment or something for all things, but the things are bad. They're all, everything that she's accusing him. By the way, that's all in like 16 months. That's a short ass marriage. Even my first one lasted longer than that. But I got to tell you, man, I just this whole thing. And then the other thing that came out with Tyreek Hill that is just embarrassing, and nobody's getting a free ride on this one, and we're not just going to pick on one guy. Tyreek Hill has not had a catch over 30 yards, a reception over 30 yards since Jacksonville in the opener last year. I'm not going to curse today. Apparently I said the S word a few times yesterday.
Did you get in trouble? Did you get a reprimanding from?
No, the big boss asked me if I could slow down on the S word, so I don't know who told her. But that's fine. She wanted to talk to me about some other things too.
Okay.
She wanted to talk to me about the team.
Oh.
Anyway.
Your boss didn't get after you though, huh?
No, he probably doesn't know. He's not around here. How the hell could he know? So it's been a year since Tyreek has had a reception, had the 80-yarder against Jacksonville.
How crazy was that stat?
By the way, with a quarterback you're paying $250 million or whatever it is, over $200 million to, and you've got all these guys calling these plays. The coaches have gotten a little bit of a hall pass on this. Somebody in that passing game, and there's 3 or 4 guys that have passing related coordinations with this team, titles. You would have to explain to me when we're sitting there talking about how good all these guys are, what they do, that they haven't figured out how to get Tyreek Hill the ball. The fastest man in football. I'm not saying he's the best receiver. The fastest man in football has not had a reception in a year. In a year, over 30 yards. And by the way, the reason we're paying him all that money is not to catch 10 and 12-yard passes and short crossing routes and bubble screens. Like I just saw. Look at.
You want to take a breather here because I feel like there's something about to burst in you.
No. So no, I just again I played.
It is.
I played with
it's
one of the most, and mine's a bad example,
Don't
but
bring up Marino.
No, it's Duper.
Oh, okay.
That guy didn't go too many games without taking one to the house, let alone taking one on a deep pass.
You kind of brought up Marino.
How the hell I did, sort of. You're right. Yeah. I caught myself. Good catch by you.
How dare you?
But how do you explain a guy that is considered to be the best deep threat in the game?
Too deep.
No. That's weak. That's a complete cop out of coaching.
But that's what they're saying.
That's right? A cop out of coaching.
They're covering deep.
Yes. So Tyreek Hill, by the way, a lot of different ways besides just running takeoffs. You can slant them in, you can slant them at angles, you can start them in, and they got these things called corner routes.
You don't have to tell any of us, bro. We all watch the games all weekend.
How in the hell has it been 12 months and you're wondering why he's half salty? By the way, sometimes we don't even try. We got games we don't even try. We're so busy running him underneath, which, by the way, every time he runs a 6 or 7 yard crossing route and the team comes up and tackles him, who you're playing against, they're like, thank you. Or you're going to run a little bubble screen. We'll get him for 7 or 8 yards. Thank you. I just so I had a little Tyreek Hill stuff across the board. That was a little bit, by the way, of everything with Tyreek Hill. A lot of people have him getting traded yesterday, but yeah, he's all over the place with all this stuff, domestic violence stuff now from his ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife, whatever the title is there. But she came out with a lot of pretty strong stuff, and we'll see what happens with that. The league's not going to turn. They're going to now get involved for sure. And they're going to have the team get involved and check on this, and it won't happen overnight, Woody. To your point, it's going to take a while to he said, she said, and T. Hill's going to say, I never, laid a hand on her, and she's going to say, I guess the mother-in-law. I'm sure the mother-in-law is going to get involved. I saw her name in there, and the baby.
Isn't it, like, interesting the timing of that?
Yeah,
too? It's like when it rains, it pours.
Oh no,
the
this is just
is dumping on your franchise, and then all of a sudden TMZ.
You couldn't have had worse timing on this. And by the way, that goes back to you guys knew about all this stuff and you stayed with him. You stayed with him. You kept him. You extended his contract. And
dude, that was a brutal 48 hours for the Dolphins. Oh, I mean, that was about as unbelievably bad of a start to this whole thing.
And then the Tyreek Hill stuff last night. After everybody got a chance to just absolutely rip this team, which they deserve nationally and locally. And then the other stuff. And by the way, there's going to be name calling. You heard Nerd Boy and stuff, and some people were offended by that. And I saw Rex Ryan calling him Nerd Boy, and he shouldn't be a head coach, and the team's soft because of him, and they don't respect him. I mean, it got ugly yesterday. It got real ugly. When you lose by 25 points to a team like the Colts, Daniel Jones is there like, hey, Daniel Jones is going to be another rehab quarterback, making a comeback with Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, all those guys have made the great comebacks.
I could only imagine, and I know you got a lot of these kinds of guys in your life, the Rex Ryans of the world, that are like regular football coaches, right? The old school football coaches.
Oh, his old man? Old man's one of the originals of the old school.
But it must kill these guys. And I know you said you got a bunch of texts from people yesterday. It must kill these guys to listen to him talk.
Well, listen, when things aren't going well, they kind of took it when he was the smartest guy in the block, and the motion had everybody screwed up, and nobody knew how to defend him. And Miami Mike, isn't it funny how everything's changed here real quickly?
No, yeah, all of a sudden that gold watch and the sunglasses and
the different color $300 shoes that he wears. I don't know, whatever kind of
that stuff sucks now.
What kind of shoes are those, Woody? Those tennis shoes?
I think he wears like Nike Off-White something or other. But
so there's a real high end Nike.
Yeah. Remember Jeff Darlington did that piece on him?
Yeah.
And that was when the love affair was at its peak, remember?
Yeah.
Hey, this is just the coolest thing going. And now everyone just can't stand the way he talks, the way he dresses.
Hey, Woody, I've got some good news for Charles Davis, who did the game on CBS, going to join us here in the 6 o'clock hour.
Tee off on anything.
No, by the way, he's got this game this week too.
Oh.
If that wasn't
What did
enough,
he
he got
do?
the Colts and Dolphins. He just found
What
out
did
he's
he
got
do to
the
deserve this?
Dolphins and the Patriots down here this Sunday.
Can we get him some nice weather at least while he's down here?
No guarantees.
Jeez, oh, he's in Orlando.
Yeah,
right?
he's Orlando. He's used to it. Hey, right now we got to go to break here. Got a lot more stuff to get to. Never too early in the morning for my older guys to get up early in the morning. I want to tell you, this Atlantic Men's Clinic thing, some of you already checked out and go, Joe, I got low T and ED. I don't care. I'm fine. Part of retirement. Me and the wife have been just friends for a long time. That's okay. And I go, well, not for me, man. I got hit hard with ED and low T, and I went to Atlantic Men's Clinic because I didn't like being tired all the time. I got up to 265, which is way, way, way too heavy. I saw those pictures and I went, uh-oh. And then, you go to put those slacks on for that special occasion and go, well, I don't fit in any of them right now. Well, you know what? Best thing is, man, when you start feeling good again, you're active again. The sex drive was completely gone. I'm not proud of it. It's just the fact it was gone. And I'm rolling again, folks. I got it rolling again. Atlantic Men's Clinic, thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough. The results were fast. Feel good. I got all the testing done and went through the whole thing. Never been through it. The PSA test. I got the test dose. I did it all, man, and met with their professionals, got on a program, jumped right on it, and I am off and running. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, a new one in Hollywood. If that's easier for you, I go to Plantation. Call them today, set up that first appointment. If you know you're going through ED and low T, and every man will at some point, every man. Nobody gets a hall pass on it. Every guy gets it. 877-455-7300. Set up that first appointment. I promise you, if you want to get rid of ED and low T, you can. And I mean quickly. Go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Get more information. Hey, the program works.
coaching. You could blame the players. There's blown assignments by everybody on offense. Tua's floating the ball for interception. There's a blown assignment by the right tackle on protection. There's a blown assignment by the back. I mean, this is a lack of preparation, a lack of understanding, a lack of commitment. They're getting outflanked on defense on a consistent basis by basic concepts by Indianapolis. This was a bad tape to watch. I'd also say this. One of the notes watching this game that I kept coming up with was, where is Tyreek? It was wild to see how many plays Tyreek Hill wasn't on the field. I accounted for him on the field, I think, 4 times on third down. How about this? Today is 1 year since Tyreek Hill has had a catch that exceeded 30 yards.
That's crazy.
That's his whole game.
Part of the ESPN, Dan Orlovsky talking about, I got to tell you, man, that is shocking. A lot of that stuff equals coaching, all that stuff. And I'm not just talking about the head coach. I'm talking about the guys that help put things together. How do you explain whatever you think of Tyreek Hill? Forget all the other stuff if you can for a second, which including more stuff that popped up last night. Tyreek, the 10-100-meter guy. Tyreek Hill, the guy that not too long ago was running 30, 40, 50 yards once, twice, 3 times a game. Had one 30-yard play, at least 30 yards, in an opener. I think it was an 80-yard play, actually. And that was the last time? That was the last time. By the way, you're not paying him $30 million a year to be a possession receiver, 10, 11, 12 yards a game. You're paying him for those explosive plays and at least try it down the field, at least throw it down the field. Now here's something else I hear all the time with this, and so I'm going to put a halt so you don't pop it on me this morning. That doesn't mean everything's got to be a takeoff. You know, the route tree's got a lot more than just taking off and running and seeing if I can outrun you to a point and outrun you. And when the ball's in the air, I'm even and now I'm leaving. No. I play with that guy too. And this is about corner routes. This is about dropping it in zone between a safety and a corner. This is about running routes inside and going back outside, better known as a corner route, or more of a route to an open area, or a deep crossing route. And then there's going to be times you got to call at the right time where you're going to get one-on-one on the outside, and safety's not always going to be there. They are a lot, but not every down. That is unless you're going to come out and tell me our offensive line's been that bad, our quarterback can't throw it, and he's not going to say either one of those. So there's no excuse. Fresh year, it's been 12 months since we've had a 30-yard pass play to Tyreek Hill. We're paying him like $10 or $12 million. That's how the way you use him, that's what he should be. Everybody he sits out there and they go, there's the fastest man in football. He's just standing out there. He's one of the fastest guys in football. He's just standing out there. And he has been taken out of the game. I don't know. Now, to be fair, he put his hand up in the air a few times, watching it, taking himself out. He and Waddle both got banged up or were nicked up, and they took themselves out, kept going to the sideline. So some of that is misleading too. Before, again, for those guys that just see on the game during TV, he's over there talking to trainers and trying to see. And of course, Jalen Waddle also. I don't know what the deal with Jalen Waddle either. What are we doing there? I mean, there's another guy, because we talk so much about Tyreek Hill. We're not getting anything out of Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle's not doing anything.
That one's really frustrating because they screwed around in the draft.
I know.
To
all that stuff comes back. Yep.
That one, by the way, is on the top of my list of things that pissed me off that the Dolphins did.
I can give you how far you want to go back.
No, I know, but that one really pisses me off because you got the guy that's running around in Cincinnati is the best receiver in football.
And the other thing is, hey man, The quarterback's got to play better, no matter who's in front of them.
Joe, the quarterback
It's become
is not capable of playing better.
it's become a cop-out to those of you out there that just always blame the O-line. I'm not saying the O-line's great, but I watched every game, saw the highlights. Every quarterback is buying time by doing things and stepping up in the pocket or getting outside the pocket and making plays. Look at, not everybody's going to have a perfect pocket.
That's exactly why, though. That's why he can't be any better than he is.
Some of it is,
He
absolutely.
can't do that stuff.
Absolutely. But
you're afraid every time he gets touched.
You do hold your breath. You do hold your breath. He went down
throw on the run.
He went down a couple of times hard, and I hear Jimmy's got it in his brain now too. I do the games with Jimmy Cephalo, and he's like, hey, Joey hit his head pretty hard, and Bo's like, no, he's fine. He got up, he's fine, So
quite simply, what they did in the first year or so worked. It was a new system. You got a quarterback who, yes, can get the ball out quick. He's accurate, whatever.
So now everybody's on to everything that Tua does or doesn't do. They're on to, but
the most concerning part is that they didn't make any changes to the offense, it seems like. They had so much time. That's what I told you, like in the offset, going in this Colts game, like they have to have some sort of new game plan. Something has to be fresh here.
Yeah.
Because obviously people have caught on. Joe, they rolled out the same garbage they've been doing.
Well, honestly, it was the same problem on both sides of the football. And by the way, before we get to this Patriots game, news not good yesterday. James Daniels, the right guard, you're a veteran free agent. You signed from Pittsburgh, out for a few weeks.
We got a lot of week to week yesterday, huh?
Storm Duck out a few weeks. Benito Jones week to week. Which, by the way, I didn't even know Benito Jones. You talk about a disappearing act of a man. And then for a big guy, it's kind of hard to disappear the way he did in that game. And then the Austin Jackson toe, and they'll have more information later in the week for us.
Great.
I got to tell you, that's the right side of your offensive line, the way it was supposed to look to start with James Daniels at right guard and Austin Jackson at right tackle, which means either Kendall Lamb or Larry Borum will have to play right tackle. And then you got to decide what you're going to do at a tackle, at a guard position. And then you get into these situations that, we're in right now. But some of this just look at, and a lot of you love Tua still. And when he doesn't play well, a lot of you are still saying, well, if they did more around him, they got him 2 new guards. They did try to add some stuff to it. He's got to play better. Now, some of the times you're right. Some of the times, like a tackle totally blocking the wrong guy and he gets hit in the middle, square in the back when he thought it was picked up. You're right. You're right. That's not on him. But some of those throws, including the first one of the game on a crossing route to Tyreek, it's over his head. Can't catch it. Late on another throw on the side. So, he's got to be more accurate. I don't know how much you're working together. Again, it's always good. One group that needs to get along is quarterbacks and his receivers. They need to be on the same page. They need to be talking about it when they're not playing, talking about things that they both see that they're going to try to do during the game. So when a play pops up and you're on the line of scrimmage, everybody knows what's going to happen. We've got more stuff to get to here this morning. We're just getting started, man. We're just getting you going. Don't go away. Charles Davis did part of the broadcast for CBS and has our game again this week for the Patriots coming to town. Was that 1:00 game, Woody, right? Am I showing up? So I just want to make sure it's 1:00 game. So Charles will join us when we come back. We'll talk to him a little bit about the game. And again, we went from not seeing CD very much, and now we're going to see him in back-to-back weeks. Right now, it's a truck month at your South Florida Chevy dealers. It's a great time to get that new Chevy truck. Man, I tell you what, I get it. I get it for people that love trucks. I do understand it. I see them everywhere. I see whether you're working out of the back of your truck, whether it's for fun and having the boat and all the other things you can do having that truck, including a lot of work on the weekends, making some extra money with your truck. Hey, I just want to let you know we're proud of our trucks at your South Florida Chevy dealer. We got the durable Colorado with its standard turbo max engine and impressive torque. You'll get aggressive off-road capability for every adventure that lies ahead here in South Florida. Silverado 1500 is always ready, steady, and strong, man. Hey, you're looking for a strong truck that can work like you do, a workday workhorse, we like to say, or a weekend warrior, and then the Silverado HD. You're going to feel confident and in command no matter what task you have. It's legendary horsepower and one of the hardest working beds in the business. Hey, I got to tell you, Silverado gets it. The trucks get it, man. You work 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week. The extra money's needed, man. I get it. That's the way you make a living. We got a truck that's as durable and hardworking as you are at your South Florida Chevy dealers right now. Hey, you got to stop by. We got 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. You're in for a great experience and a great deal at your South Florida Chevy dealers today.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, Woody, let's go right to him. Charles Davis, NFL analyst on CBS, had the game last week and has it again this week against the Patriots down here at Hard Rock Stadium, the home opener. Charles, it was a bloodbath down here, my man. As you come in, you can imagine what it was like down here yesterday. It was as ugly as I can ever remember in 21 years of doing the games. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry about that.
I get it. That's okay. I get it. I absolutely get it. I mean, when things happen the way they happen, no one should be surprised that a Hall of Famer like Larry Zonka would tweet out what he tweeted, because he was part of building something that, let's face it, in league lore will endure forever, even if someone eventually, quote unquote, ties the record for an undefeated season. So I get it. It's a tough time, the whole deal, but it's the opening game of the season. They've handled the Patriots a lot in recent years and quite well. It's a great time for them to get right and change the narrative.
So there's been, you probably heard a lot of it yesterday, and you talked about the great Larry Zonka, and we saw it right after the text message he sent out, and basically not acceptable what he saw, as we call him the grandfather of Miami Dolphins right now, the president of the club still. But 33-8, it was just bad. It looked flat. Anything anybody said, it was fair. It looked so bad. Lack of passion, confused, not prepared. What was your take after watching that when you talked to your partners during a TV timeout?
I was actually surprised, because going into the game, Joe, I mean, for us who are quote unquote analysts, right, and all of us around the game, it seemed like a very even matchup. And I said this a bunch of times, and I don't think it's an original thought. Both of those teams went into that game thinking exactly the same thing. This is one we can get.
Yeah.
This is one we should get. And we have to get it, because that gets us off to the start we need. And our schedule obviously will be quote unquote tougher as we go along. But I think both teams looked at the other and thought, oh yeah, that's a game we can have. And for it to come out as poorly as it did, and the surprise is the Colts set the record for scoring on every possession.
Oh.
No kneel downs, because that's always the kicker.
Right.
But it was only 33 points. I mean, the way it felt like 60.
Yes. Yeah, it did. Hey, so Tua's play has come in as well, and so if you're a Tua hardcore fan, no matter what, you're going, well, the offensive line didn't help him. He made some bad throws. I'm not saying the O-line was perfect, but he just he did not play well. He got knocked around. I thought it affected him. What do you think of Tua's play?
Yeah, I just thought that there were throws that normally are the pinpoint Tua throws that we just did not see. The interception that was intended for Tyreek Hill across the middle sailed on him. It was like a pitcher picking up a slow roller and trying to aim it, and it took off on him, and it turned into the Cam Bynum interception. And then there were others along the way. And as you mentioned, all the other things that go into it, but he has to own his share of it. And I read a great article by Omar Kelly, was talking about when he has turnovers, they come in bunches. Tua disputed that, but the evidence and the numbers Omar showed are pretty convincing about when they do, they come in bunches and they end up having 2 interceptions and a fumble after the hit by Kenny Moore.
We got an interesting one with all the Tyreek Hill stuff on and off the field, but I want to talk about on the field. Whatever it is, I mean, he's still one of the fastest guys in football. It is amazing to me that guy has one 30-yard reception in the last year, and that's Jacksonville in the opener a year ago. He has not had another play. I know Tua hadn't been there the whole time, but you're telling me you can't get him on something where he has a chance to use his speed and run for a play, even if he catches it short of 20 yards and runs for 10. That to me is the most amazing stat for still maybe the fastest man in football.
It's stunning to me as well, Joe. And I think what's equally as stunning is last year when they played at Indianapolis, he caught one ball and Jalen Waddle caught one ball.
Yeah. Oof.
Now, immediately you go, okay, who played quarterback that day? And it was Snoop Huntley. Tim Boyle had to finish up when Snoop
Right.
got hurt. Okay. Now you're into, well, maybe that's why. Well, you come into this game knowing you have to get them the football. That's how your offense is going to run. Achan's going to run it, of course, but playing to the perimeter is what the Miami Dolphins are about. They both caught 4 passes each, around 30 yards each. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense as well. So there has to be more than just teams are playing too high and taking away the deep ball. John Madden said it really well a bunch of years ago. Yeah, take what the defense gives you. But if it's 3rd and 5 and they only give you 4, that doesn't work.
No.
So you got to find another way to get it done. And I know Mike McDaniel and his offensive staff are furiously trying to figure out how to get that back into the game. The quick strikes, the dagger shots, that's a huge part of what Miami does and a huge part of what they need. And they need it early in this game to get Hill going, to get Waddle going, and get some excitement breathed back into this offense.
You know, before I get into New England with you for just a second here, Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator for the Colts, and we know him real well down here. He was down here for a while. Did you see anything super creative on the blitz packages he was sending that everybody's been raving about with the defense that was so bad a year ago?
No, it wasn't super creative or exotic. He has a plan for guys like Hill and Waddle, and he exhibited in Cincinnati. You were there, Joe, when they were in Cincinnati and couldn't move the ball well. Lou's got a plan, and when he has the right people, especially in the secondary, and that brand new secondary of Indianapolis played well for them, then he can do all the creative things he wants. I didn't think it was super exotic in the blitz package. I just think that the back end held up well enough that Lou could do a few more things with guys like that. Now, the most exotic they got was the second interception because Latu is supposed to be rushing.
Right?
Quiddy Pay is supposed to be rushing. That's what they pay them for. And Lou showed rush, dropped both into coverage, and rushed with other people.
Right.
And Latu gets the interception. That's not going to happen very often. But on that one, Dr. Lou won. So occasionally it's going to happen that way. But overall exotic, Joe, there weren't a lot of, 3 guys off one side.
No, right.
A lot of twist turns, stunts, and all that. They just got beat that day. I mean, they just did not play well, bottom line.
Yeah. So the other part of it is on the other side of the ball. I really coming into this after camp, and I'm just going by camp and practices they've had with different teams. I thought the front seven was going to be really good, and they weren't able to get the pass rush, I thought, and they then struggled to even stop the run. They were able to get 4, 5, 6 yards on first down running throughout that game. What'd you think of the front seven and the pass rush?
Yeah, and I thought that Shane Steichen, head coach of the Colts, who calls their plays on offense, had a game plan to try and slow down the front seven. And it was with a guy that most people universally doubted at quarterback in Daniel Jones, a rookie tight end in Tyler Warren, who, while he might be a first-round pick, I'm not sure you think that he's going to be featured on 3 of the first throws of the game. And they did throw it on the first 4 or 5 downs of the game. With Jonathan Taylor, who's a 1,400-yard rusher last year, sitting there, he never touches the football. I think they threw it 5 or 6 times before they handed the ball to Jonathan Taylor. So right away, you're getting the rush on its heels. You're having, and because you're having success, now you've got them off balance. And I think it just continued throughout the game. And Daniel Jones had a game, and I'm not overly surprised. He's a talented kid. This is the most talent he's had around him in terms of receivers.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Offensive line stability, you name it. And Steichen believes in it.
Yeah.
Joe, when someone believes in you,
oh man, difference. Yeah.
you're a whole different player.
Yeah, no question about that. Hey, so moving to Patriots, who had a 2013 home loss against the Raiders, and Geno Smith had a big day throwing the ball. I look at all the players they've added on defense, and by the way, a lot of them had really good games, kind of in a losing effort. I think it's going to be a hell of a game again. I just expect this one to be. What's your thoughts on the matchups? And the other part of that is Dre at quarterback. What do you think of him after one game and last year?
Yeah, I love Drake May coming out. He caught more grief in the draft process than I thought possible or correct. And I stood on both feet and defended and thought he was, right where he went, third best quarterback in the draft. And he went number 3 overall. I saw progress last year with a horrific football team in front of him.
It's bad.
That offensive line was terrible. And, everybody's like, well, he won one start out of his 10 or 11. Okay, fine. Did you see that line? They were brutal. Receivers were not great. Okay? Running back to Edith Henderson, I like May. I like him a lot. I did think that he played well against Las Vegas, but there's more there for him. After he threw the interception, he looked a little tentative to me, Joe. So let's see if he gets past that at this ball game. But he's a really good player. Vrabel's playing a lot of youngsters. I think this game for Miami has got to be all out, flat out effort because Miami really does have designs on being a playoff team. New England will talk about it. I don't know if they really feel like this is a playoff crew, but they certainly expect to play better in situational football than they did against Las Vegas. And real quick, Mike Vrabel is a head coach, 4-2 in week 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Week 1's not been great for him. Week 2's been a lot better. He does a really nice job of rallying his team. So this is going to be a good ball game.
Yeah. Charles, always great having you, man. Really appreciate you finding some time. I'll see you down here this weekend, and hopefully we have a good game. we could use a good game down here.
Played someone week 2 that was abysmal week 1, and they played their you-know-what's off. You know how it is in the NFL. Guys tend to respond. I expect Miami to do the same.
I hope so. I hope you're right. Charles, thank you so much. Appreciate it, buddy.
Take care, Joe.
All right, Charles Davis joining us. He'll be part of the call on CBS for the Patriots and the Dolphins this Sunday. And hopefully he's right, man. And there's some big bounce back for this Dolphins team. Oh, boy. Hey, I want to talk about injuries, man. Speaking of that, Dolphins dealing with some injuries right now. You're probably dealing with some injuries. When you're active, you're competitive. Sooner or later, we all get injured. That's just a fact. Doesn't matter who you are. People ask me all the time, where do the pros go when they get injured? I go, enter Miami, the Heat, the Florida Panthers, and the Miami Dolphins. All trust those great doctors at Baptist Health, South Florida. Yep, they got one of the top sports medicine programs in the country with a lot of experience and a lot of great specialists they put together. You can't be a top dog unless you've got specialists in here for every part of the body, and they have it. They got a bunch of great knee doctors, shoulder, foot and ankle, hand specialists, back specialists, hip and knee replacement doctors, full-time. That's all they do is replacements. And then, of course, the Achilles, which is really starting to become a big problem for a lot of people. Hey, the great news is we can all see those great doctors that work all over South Florida for you. And I want to let you know we got great facilities with it as well. Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium right next to the training facility, and 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. Visit BaptistHealth.net/ortho. Get set today to get yourself healthy. Back out playing the sports you love the most.
Update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai, the number one Hyundai store in the nation. Just went full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous and the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. Starting in the NFL, week 1 wrapped up with the Vikings beating the Bears 27-24. Week 2 begins on Thursday with the Packers and Commanders. The Dolphins will play their home opener on Sunday when they host New England. And to the Marlins, who fell to the Nationals 15-7. Game 2 of the 4-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 6:40 from Lone Depot Park. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
Can you tell when a quarterback is confused and flustered? Because, Tua was patting the ball at times,
Most definitely. We knew the guy, he get the ball out pretty quick. And once we take away his first read, I feel like it's panic mode after that. And it showed yesterday, man. We took away his first read, and he was trying to get rid of the ball real quick.
All right, that was Xavier Howard after the game saying, hey, man, we got pressured. After he looked at his first read, it wasn't there. We knew we had him. Put a lot of pressure on him. And
Panic mode.
Panic mode.
Yeah.
Panic mode.
Hey, man, there's a full pile on here, huh? This is about as good a dog pile as we've seen.
The beauty of sports, like, you look at games and you watch them and you go, damn. I didn't see that coming, and we come in and, we talk about it. And that's, hey, by the way, if you knew what the outcome was always going to be, and a lot of times it is, but, and a lot of games, you're like, hey, the Ravens and Bills are playing. I go, man, it's going to be a hell of a game. I can't wait. It was a hell of a game. Hell, it might be the best game of the year. But I didn't see that truly coming. And it's not just the fact that they lost 33-8 and the numbers were so lopsided across the board, which usually equals all the things they're being accused of, not prepared, and everything else, not ready to play, all the mental mistakes. I mean, it was like whatever the coach has been telling them for the last month, they just went, nah, I'm not interested. It was just you truly, and so the reaction when you have so much time to prepare and understand the importance of getting off to a good start and you play like crap. See, I've already done better, Woody. I'm in love with that S word. I did it.
Well, you got scolded yesterday.
I didn't get scolded. She just asked me to stop. It's different. I don't want to make it sound. I like that woman.
Well, she probably knew you were in a bad mood. You were very moody yesterday.
I was moody. I was moody.
Yesterday was a bad day.
No, man, it was just
you had to fly home with that. I genuinely, I'm not even kidding. I do feel bad for you.
And you asked me what was the plane like, and I said it was the most quiet plane I can remember.
I genuinely feel terrible.
By the way,
for you, Jimmy, and Bo.
It should have been when we walked through there, and every guy had his head down, and a lot of guys were not happy. And honestly, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for them the way they played. The coaches, I'm sure there wasn't a lot of yapping going on up there either, because they were equally bad on both sides of the football with everything. By the way, Charles Davis was talking about, and I didn't mention it. I saw it right after the game. A lot of people go to Larry Zonka, who doesn't say a lot in his home up in northern part of Florida. Unprepared, uninspired, and unacceptable. Now, Larry, there usually he's gotten older. He's really become mellow. Hall of Fame fullback. Played on 17-0 team, won back-to-back championships, and everybody knows the Larry Zonka story. And I always call him the president of the club after spending time with him, because all the other guys that played all want to hang out with Larry and be with Larry and hear stories, and he's just phenomenal to be around. And just to give you an idea, even from that standpoint, yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and nationally they got hammered yesterday, to put it nicely, on everything. So how do they bounce back against the Patriots, who lost 20-13 in their home loss? And as Charles said, they're going with a lot of young guys, although they still have a lot of veterans on that team, but they do have a lot of young guys, and they got a big free agent class from last year. They had more money than anybody, and they went out and spent a lot of money. on to get this thing going quickly or speed it up from the 4 wins that they had. I believe they had 4 wins last year. So anyway, we'll be talking more about that stuff. So the other issue that the team has to deal with is there's so many parts, like you can't make this up, the Tyreek Hill thing. And the part of this is, I want to make it clear, I've been divorced. I don't know how many of you out there have been divorced. But Tyreek Hill is, you know what happened this offseason, and I thought it was over. Matter of fact, what was it, Woody, a week or a couple weeks ago, we came out and we found out what she got, and they had the whole breakdown
over the numbers.
They're going the numbers and what she gets a month, and money put away that she gets, that he had to put away for her, and she gets the house, and she can't have a $200,000 car, but she can have up to $100,000 car. Oh, she can find something nice for $100,000.
I don't know what happened between then and now. I don't know if there was a hiccup in any of those numbers.
Well,
but
whatever it is, apparently they're not completely. Well, they're not divorced. There's not almost divorced.
There's no almost.
There's no almost.
Okay.
Unless you want to call it a deep separation. We've had those too. Those didn't work out. I tried a separation living together. I don't recommend. By the way, I don't do a lot of things with marriage, but I don't recommend living together when you're separated. That just.
What's separated? Is that
that's
like
just like we're done.
Okay.
We know it can't work out. We know it, but for right now, till we get set up in a different place, we're going to have to stay together. Plus, you had kids involved, and it just
not good.
I could entertain you with stories for 4 hours. You might not think much of me, but I can tell you, it was not good. It was not a good situation. But this thing with T. Hill now comes out on top of, Woody, as you said, everything else. And now you call me, you go, you can't make this up. Did you see TMZ, of course, got it first. His soon-to-be ex-wife, not ex-wife yet, but soon-to-be, is now accused T. Hill of domestic violence with 8 separate incidents, and breaks them all down. I think said her mother-in-law was involved. The child.
Oh, they're ugly.
They're bad. When you start talking about your child they have together.
The timing of it to come out is a little bizarre. But
it's just bad. And so I checked around a little bit. I mean, there could be an NFL investigation now because it's pretty serious. And, hey, the league gets a crap beat out of them when that one, again, if there's video, he's toast. If there's a video, and there's a lot of different parts. Like, look at, if he loses this job, and it is bad, there'll be a lot of mothers, and I'm not trying to get in his business. There's going to be a lot of people out a lot of money, including her. So whatever this is that's going on right now, and listen, it's a terrible anything, and I get it. And I'm very sensitive to this stuff, and that this is just not what the Miami Dolphins needed on top of everything else that's going on. And Tyreek Hill had 4 catches for 40 yards. I think everybody knows that, 10 yards per catch for a guy that's the fastest man potentially in the National Football League. I'm going by his 10-100 meters here just a few months ago. So it's been a rough year. But then they come out with a stat yesterday. Woody, you told me about it first, and then I heard it. Tyreek Hill in the last 12 months has had 1 reception over 30 yards, and that was against Jacksonville a year ago. And by the way, Jacksonville's start was not a great start for T. Hill either, and I'm talking about before he got to the game. Now, there's trade stuff. He's going to get traded. Look, I think with all this stuff going on, I'm not so sure anybody's going to be in a hurry till this thing gets worked out with these allegations now that
what's weird though,
the ex is coming out with.
Like we talk about the trade thing, like the Dolphins should have known this was coming, right? Like this should not. I don't, again, I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but you think they were sitting at home yesterday and like they refreshed TMZ and saw the story, like, oh no?
That's a great question.
Because if these,
I don't know.
look,
I don't know.
regardless of true, not true, whatever, his image, his tradability, like takes a massive hit.
Trade. I don't think anybody's completely surprised after he's been accused of this before.
No, but the stuff in the thing has details and it's ugly. Okay, and I'm not gonna rush to say like who's what's true and what's not true, Joe. But like regardless, it's not good.
No,
it's pretty ugly, and I wonder if the Dolphins were blindsided by this.
I don't know.
I
But
just know.
I gotta
could
tell
they have
you,
been? I mean,
so the problem goes back to now because the police on the last one that we had in the off season, they listened to everybody, and everybody was let go. Right? Nobody was taken to the police station or anything else. They listened and asked somebody to leave. I don't know if they asked him to leave and take a break or what it was. But this is bad. It's going to pick up steam. It's bad. And it's just the worst timing coming off the game. And then the other part that should not get a hall pass while you have them is, I mean, we could do a Tyreek Hill show for 4 hours. How do you explain you can't get him with all these people that do this for a living, its job? You got the most explosive player in the NFL that you're using like a possession receiver. You start talking about 10, 11, 12 yards a catch. You got Tyreek Hill, and he's had one catch for 30 yards in a year. Like, wait, we just added more guys that have coordinator behind their names. When you guys sit up at night drinking coffee, going over things, you can't figure something out. And by the way, this is not just running takeoffs. Well, the safety's back there running takeoff. Safety goes, I'm here already. No, there's a whole bunch of different routes everybody runs. They're more creative now than ever, finding holes and deep crossing routes and things and corner routes and finding an open area between a corner and a safety. We don't do any of it. Unless you're telling me the O-line is that bad and they can't block long enough for you to do it, or you don't have a running game, which, by the way, you don't have a running game, you don't run the ball enough. It's frustrating all the way around, and coaches should not get a hall pass on the offensive side of the ball. Should not get a hall pass. There's a lot of money being spent. When you get a coordinator behind your name, that's money. I got to go to break here. I'm sorry about that, Woody. Sorry about that, man. We got more stuff to get to here this morning as we continue on here. We'll get you caught up on the injury bug as well, and who might not be playing this Sunday against the Patriots. Hurricane season is coming. Protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Chev's all fired up. He got up early this morning, gave me a call. I said, Joe, hey, man, you got to tell people I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. We're growing fast for a reason. We are really good. Used to just do windows and doors. Now we're doing roofing because people wanted it, want to be able to get the whole combination. And if you got an old leaky roof, replace your old roof now and you can pay later. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty plus thousands of 5-star reviews for you to review. Save big on legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm. You know the noodles will be hitting all over the Atlantic Ocean. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, that's LoctiteImpact.com, or call 954-500-LOCK, covering all of South Florida. Knowledgeable staff will answer the phone with any questions you have so we can get you going with Loctite Impact windows, doors, and roofing.
excited to see that. Like I said, we don't want to overreact or we don't want to underreact with what the performance was like. We got to go look at the film. But I'm definitely curious to see, okay, I came in on Tuesday. I seen these guys on Tuesday last week. I want to see if these same guys are watching film on Tuesday this week. Like, I want to see how everyone goes about their process. I mean, same for me. But then outside of their process, how they go out there and execute what they need to do to be able to turn this thing around for week 2.
Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa there. It's time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline Shop. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
I think we'd all like to see Tua, instead of worrying about all the other guys playing his position, we'd like to see him just worry about playing better himself. Matter of fact, every guy needs to look in the mirror themselves. But he happens to play quarterback. Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist. Omar, we didn't have it, but everybody's been talking about it, including earlier this morning, Charles Davis brought up your question that you said, hey, when you throw them in bunches, and he wasn't real excited about it. What do you think overall about Tua? I know the offensive line made some mistakes. They weren't great. They have some injuries, but what do you think overall about Tua's play?
It was his second worst passer-rated performance in his NFL career. It was his 24th game where he'd committed multiple turnovers, whether interception or fumble. The bulk of his games, when he does turn the ball over, they are multiple turnover and interception games. He's got a 10-14 record when he does that. But as we all know, every team struggles to win games when they turn the ball over multiple times.
Yes.
This is, and I'm not putting any of those interceptions on anybody else other than Tua. It was a poor game for Tua. And as we know, this team, this offense, it goes as Tua goes. But he wasn't the sole problem. Unfortunately, when you talk about football and you talk about fantasy football, and everything always comes back to the quarterback. The defense didn't get a single stop. Not one.
No.
Not a single.
Not one.
A single stop.
Terrible.
Not one. The team is built on pass rushing pressure. Daniel Jones probably could have made a ham sandwich with all the dressings in it before he threw the ball.
Pass rush was terrible. Yep, not good enough.
And that's the strength of your team. Your secondary got exposed because you had no pass rushing.
That's true. All hooked together.
A tight end that you passed up on, who a lot of people thought was going to be generational. I did not, so I'm not going to sit here and super criticize them. But he tore up every Dolphins defender in his very first NFL game, and making it worse, the tight end that you built this thing on was on the sidelines because he's a 33-year-old coming out of retirement who obviously hurt his hip.
Yeah,
he's fallen and he can't get up. It was just as I wrote in my Miami Herald column, everything that would have been your worst nightmare for a season opener showed up in that game. There isn't a single bad nightmare that didn't show up.
It's fun. One more question, and I do want to get about the team not being prepared when you have so much time to work on, including coaches, by the way, that don't get a hall pass on this either. But Xavier Howard said something everybody's been saying for a long time. You get 2 out of that first read, and now he's getting ready and looking for something else, and you can rattle him. And he made a point to say that. What'd you think of that? I figure that panic mode is what they called it. No surprise.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with panic mode. Isn't the goal of every team to take a quarterback's first read away and kind of force him to check down the pass? I mean, I remember that was. I remember when Ed Reed, it was like the first game in Baltimore for Chad Henne, and he got exposed, and Ed Reed was in the locker room. He's like, yeah, he's a simple quarterback. You take away his first read, and, he's going to check it down. We'll take that all day long. This isn't exactly the same thing, but what you're seeing, and I've had this conversation with Xavier multiple times about Tua, what you're seeing is there are certain passes where teams do not worry about Tua throwing them. And so over the process of all these games that he's played, they've got a book on Tua. And so now, especially on third down, which is what I found very interesting, on the interception where the defensive lineman drops into coverage, they rushed 3.
Yeah,
they didn't even, and 3 flushed him out, which is kind of weird. 3 shouldn't beat 5, but that's what happens sometimes. So they dropped 8 into coverage, and they clouded the middle of the field because they know how to operate. They know he's going to Malik Washington. They know he's going to the slot. They know he's just trying to move the chains, and they gave him the outside. So if he wanted to take the outside, he could have taken the outside. And this is not something that's uncommon. I see this all the time in NFL games. They're like, it's 3rd and 2. You want to take the deep shot? Go ahead and take the deep shot. But that's just not how Tua's been playing lately. And they clouded the middle of the field. It's the cloud coverage. And this started with Houston too, by the way. Houston would show them one thing and then drop back into coverage and take advantage of another 3 turnover performance, which I think he's turned the ball over 3 times in 2 of his last 3 games that he's played in the NFL. But this is it's. I said this yesterday on Twitter, and I really do believe this. I think a lot is being made too much about people have caught up to Mike McDaniel's offense. I think there's some credence to that. I think there's some merit to the fact that teams have caught up to who Tua is as a quarterback and how he operates. He's a rhythmic thrower. His foot, and Tua said it in a press conference, and this is the first time he ever really revealed that. My footwork determines what I do. And so on the pass with Tyreek, he was like, my footwork told me I should have moved off it, but I didn't. And right now, I think the key is teams are trying to get him off his rhythm. And when he's off his rhythm, he's not a very good quarterback.
That's
something coaches have to address.
Yeah. And by the way, Mike McDaniel had his roughest day as a head coach of the Miami Dolphins yesterday for sure. Anyway, before we get to that, I want to ask you about Tyreek Hill, who, by the way, just like everything going on yesterday wasn't enough. The old ex-wife pops up with accusing him of domestic violence. 8 separate incidents. The NFL probably going to get involved in this and have check it out or no? You think there'll be an investigation on this or no? Or they're just going to go, she's just angry?
I don't think there's going to be an investigation on this. This is one, it's a divorce proceeding. I thought they had an agreement, but I'm not. One, you could say anything in a divorce proceeding or in a statement, which isn't even available to anybody, including the media. But
TMZ got it.
Yeah, of course they did. But how did they get it? That's the question. And
somebody's giving out info over there. Yeah.
Perfect timing. Not to say that any of this isn't true, but it's kind of convenient that it comes out at this very moment, considering you're trying to get a settlement done.
Well, it's just a bad time with everything going on with the Dolphins too, and Dolphin fans. This is the last thing you want to hear about. Oh my God, more drama off the field. Let's just keep it on the field. But second part I want to get to with you, this stat that I wasn't even aware of it. The last time that Tyreek Hill had a reception over 30 yards was Jacksonville in the opener a year ago, more than now more than a year ago. That's incredible to me. Like, if I'm the coaches, I'm embarrassed about that.
Let's think about that for a little bit.
Nothing to think about.
No. There's something to think about.
That the fastest man in the game, who's made a living on big plays down the field, even on catches, being able to run after catch.
No, there's something to think about from on so many fronts about it. Because hell, if he would have came down with the catch that he initially caught that got ripped away from him against Stingley, we wouldn't be talking about that. But Tyreek didn't play healthy last year, and I'm not making an excuse for him, but that's just the reality of it. He was shut down all off season because of a surgery that he decided to forego and play the entire season with a wrist injury. Should Tyreek be playing better? Should he look better? Absolutely. Should he be targeted more? Absolutely. Should the offense look more dynamic? Absolutely. But he's not the end all be all for this team. The run game is going. The run game was having success. Obviously, with all the turnovers, they couldn't rely on it. Tyreek will look better and play better when they have a run game. And I have just as much issue about how Tyreek has played over the last year as I do how Jalen Waddle has played.
By the way,
neither one of them have been good.
We get Waddle a hall pass because we talk so much about Tyreek Hill. I did bring it up here a few minutes ago. Like, what's going on with Jalen Waddle too? And by the way, he goes down, and every time he's getting up and he's coming off the field and banged up a lot.
Tyreek too. Yeah, but Tyreek too. Tyreek
same deal. Pulled himself out a few times. He did put that old hand up. You're right.
Yeah, he's grimacing. And at this point, injuries. We're week 1. Tyreek had 3 weeks off, and I understand he's playing with a calf injury and oblique injury, but it's showtime. This is showtime, and if there was ever an all hands on deck kind of situation,
yeah.
Because at this point, if the season continues to go at this rate, if they lose, let's say, to Patriots and then head up to Buffalo, Mike might not be making it back from Buffalo.
You might be right. You know what? I thought if something happened, it would happen later in the season, but I had no idea they're going to play like this. And you've got another team that's I think you're even favored. Are you favored, Woody? I got to ask Woody if we're favored in this game, but I think they are. I mean, you gotta win this game at home. 2.5 point favorite. Yeah.
Here's my thing that, Joe, you know me, I'm blunt, I'm honest. We talk privately, we talk on the radio. I'm pretty much the same person on and off. They're not that bad. They're not as bad as they showed against the Colts. Like, that was a butt kicking. That was you failed in every regard of the game. I did not see that. I don't think that that's their talent level. Do they have issues? Yes. Are they a thin team talent-wise? Yes. Is it going to hurt that you're probably going to be missing the starting right guard and right tackle for however long of a stretch? Yes. It's going to be extremely painful. Is losing Storm Duck beneficial? No, it's not.
No.
Those are all things that are going to water your team down. I already thought this was a very top-heavy team that did not have any depth to it. This is going to challenge it even more. But this is an all-hands-on-deck situation. This is the team that Chris Greer made. This is the team that Mike McDaniel chose to coach. This is the bed that you made, and you're going to lay in it right now. So, however, trust me, I saw Steve Ross after the game. Trust me, we gonna get change. They keep losing. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
So you just. My thing is, they were the only team that got blown out in week 1. It's shameful. It's a disaster. But you know what's more important than how they played in week 1? How they respond in week 2.
Oh, yeah. That's going to tell you a lot for everybody thinks they quit. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. There better be a lot smarter team, more passionate team.
Yeah.
Not make all the mistakes and 12 guys in the huddle and timeouts for a 2-point conversion. Yeah.
You see a repeat performance of what you saw against the Colts, against New England.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm not sure Mike makes it out of the stadium with a job.
Ooh. That's a quick one. All right. Hey, Omar, thank you. Appreciate you coming on, man. Good stuff today. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Omar Kelly joining us from the Miami Herald. Talk a little bit about the whole situation there, man. We're going to take a quick break, but before we do, I got to tell you about Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah. Oh my gosh, Harvey. I tell you, besides being the partners of Cohn and Judah injury law firm, personal injury attorneys in Plantation, who are unbelievable what they do. They don't have a bunch of side lawyers. They do the work for you. I always tell everybody, if you're not happy where you are right now because you thought you were getting the name on the law firm was going to be the guy, the one you saw doing the TV commercials and holding the doggy and running a beautiful shot coming in, and you see him working like he's working on something. And then you go in there and you find out you're not even going to meet him. Well, you don't have to worry about Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah. They got great communication skills, and they're going to be working with you from start to finish. They will handle your case from start to finish, more than 30 years of experience each, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back. They think that's important, man. And if you're not happy and you're starting to feel like you're not wanted, or you're not a priority, get out of there. Go to Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, man. Doesn't matter where you are in South Florida. They'll come out and see you. They're ready to go. ConanJudah.com. Read the reviews. Partners who you can always reach. Hey, I got to tell you, go to ConanJudah.com. Read the reviews. They're saying great things about them for a reason. You'll get them. You'll get the special touch. 866 fair fee. Remember this. They don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do. You talk about Harvey Cohn. That man takes losses with the Miami Dolphins as hard as you do. I think that's the guy you want to represent you. Slip and fall, automobile injury, or anything else. Go to Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah.
Miami Sports Leader, 104.3 FM. It's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you have for us today here?
All right, Joe.
We're off to a great start, aren't we?
Sure. Let's update on a couple
Real
of
positive show.
couple of fan incidents that we had here recently.
I saw something again the other day I'd never seen, man. These things are popping up. What the hell's going on with everybody?
Let's see if I got the one you're thinking of here, Joe. First off, we got the Bills fan who shoved Lamar Jackson.
He's like, he should have just drilled him.
Well, Lamar did.
No, he shoved him, but he should have just.
He should have knocked him right in the face. I agree with you 1,000%.
all city.
I also think if Lamar gets disciplined in any way, the league should be ashamed of themselves.
There's no way.
But I get it. They're trying to avoid like a major situation. Guys running in the stands.
You want to boo when he goes by you?
Yeah, but you can't hit guys. He hit two of them, by the way. Hit Hopkins too after he made that sick catch. Anyway, that guy has been banned for life from all NFL stadiums. That's very embarrassing, by the way.
You hope
guys
Woody,
get banned.
We hope that message gets sent to the country, right? That everybody like yourself talking about that, so people will think twice when you get. By the way, these stadiums, they're going to be gone here pretty soon, where you're not going to be able to touch them, because that used to be the old Orange Bowl. Would you ever see the Orange Bowl? It had like a down in the corner. The fans, it was right next to the end zone on the one side.
Yeah. And
it was like a 3-foot or 4-foot fence. So, I mean, they could jack you when you're going around the corner. Those are going to be gone with, there won't be any of that. They'll be all gone here pretty soon.
And then we had the Phillies one. Is that the one you're talking about? The Phillies?
Yeah, the
fan?
Phillies one was crazy.
So, yeah, I think everyone's seen that now. The guy, the dad catches the ball, goes and brings it to his son, and this, like, middle-aged woman loses her mind.
She's saying he ripped it out of her hand. I think he is saying he didn't. It was loose. It's on the ground.
Those balls are a free-for-all, number one. And number two, why would an adult care so much about a...
Well, did she have a kid with her? I don't know.
I don't think so, man.
He went and gave it to his son right away.
So she gets... I mean, this lady loses her mind,
Yeah,
goes
she's
screaming in the guy's face. Yeah. He gives her the ball back. The story ended nicely, though.
Oh,
the
he
Marlins
won.
took care of the kid. They gave him a goodie bag. They brought him down.
Phillies took care of him.
Yeah, so it ended up okay.
Got a bat from the guy that hit a home run signed. Whoever it was.
Man, I'm as into memorabilia as the next person, but those balls have no value. So I don't know why
they doing their big home runs.
Yeah, but that wasn't Otani's 60th.
No.
Okay?
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like
you were there for that game.
I tried for that ball. I was in those seats. We went. We had great seats for that game.
I don't see you aggressive enough to do that, because that group is real aggressive when you start talking about a baseball that's worth.
That 50th home run, I would have knocked over any kid in my way to get that ball. I mean, that was $3 million.
Half these end up in a settlement where the court says you're going to split the.
I still don't know what happened to that ball. There was lawsuits.
Remember the Barry Bonds ball? They had to split out in San Francisco. They had to end up splitting the cost, and it was illegal. It was in court for a while. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, they made it. They made good there. So all these fans incidents have settled themselves here. But I got to tell you, getting banned for life. Could you imagine? You're like, hey, you want to go to the game this weekend? Nah, I'm not allowed in the stadium.
I don't know if you really want to get in. You can get in, right? How are they going to?
Well, if you get caught, you get arrested for trespassing.
Yeah, but if you behave yourself, come on.
They have a lot of
How are they going to figure?
They got facial recognition software and all kinds of stuff.
How are they going to? I always love when you're banned for life, and I go
Johnny Manziel mask.
Say they banned me, and now I go back home and how are they going to know out wherever if I went to an A's game in Sacramento or a Giants game in San Francisco? I got
more stuff to get to here.
All right, go ahead.
The Cowboys and Eagles, Joe, just missed hitting a record in ratings. That was obviously because of the 60-plus minute weather delay that they had in that one.
What
they
kind
did
of numbers
average
they get?
A little over 28. Wow, 28 million.
Do we know what Sunday Night Football did?
I don't have the numbers on that as
28 million. I thought would be the winner for the weekend, but
the winner for so last year's Ravens and Chiefs to open up the season, that was 29, a little over 29.
I wish they could play each other 5 times a year. Those games are so entertaining.
I agree with
And
you.
by the way, I love when everybody, well, Lamar played his ass off. Shut up. Lamar didn't fumble. He's not the one that fumbled.
No, the big horse, that bum.
He's not a bum. The big horse is the big horse for a reason.
He's a
And
bum.
still a big horse, even though he fumbled.
He's a bum when he costs you money like that.
But the Lamar thing, like, Lamar what? Lamar played his ass off, man.
He's really good.
You don't like him? Bring him down here and play for us.
Did we have a chance at him?
We got a chance at most of these guys.
All right,
Go
anyway.
ahead. Yeah.
Chad, one more here for you, Joe. We had a little discipline handed out. I got to keep my spitting incidents in check here, too. We have fan incidents and we have spitting incidents. Are you doing that because people can see you on the screen? That's funny. Anyway, this specific spitting incident, we're talking about the Luis Suarez one. He has been suspended for 3 league matches.
Really?
Yeah.
Luis Suarez. Wow. I didn't know he had a little temper problem. I guess that's followed him around for a while.
So we had spitting in soccer, and we had spitting in pro football, college football, and that's all been like a span of a week. A lot of spitting incidents.
A lot of spitting.
Last week.
Spitting's hot right now. Spitting's very popular, Woody. Good call. Good call.
Screw that punching stuff.
Yeah,
bro.
forget that. I could get
Yeah.
hurt, hit somebody and run or something. I just spit.
I don't know which one was more costly in the football ones, by the way. The one guy misses the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what they won anyway, so it didn't matter. But
probably, I think they fined him as pay for that game.
yeah, but he misses the whole game, kind of screws his team there.
Had a big
The
smile.
Gator one, though, that one took the cake for me.
Bad timing for that one. That and not knowing how 4 guys can't tackle a guy on a screen.
That one bothered you. I know it seemed to bother you.
All right, Woody. 8 o'clock.
Sorry about
8
that.
o'clock hour. Nothing bothers me. Nothing bothers me, man.
You're numb?
I got through yesterday. I'm good. I've seen it all. Just when you think you haven't seen it, a guy gets kicked out before his first snap on defense. That was a new one, but most everything we've seen by now. The
Yesterday,
spitting,
though, it's like what? Right when you think it can't get any worse, the front page of TMZ. Just when you think it just can't get any worse for you, it's raining crap all over you.
Oh man. Yeah, the soon-to-be ex-wife decided, let me give it another shot here. Serious stuff, though, man.
Front page, man.
Serious.
Front page.
That stuff, that domestic violence stuff is serious, man. That is serious stuff. That anyway, we got to go to break. We got 8 o'clock hour coming up. Stay with us.
104.3
brought to you by Doral Hyundai, the number one Hyundai store in the nation. Just went full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monsters. The prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. Starting in the NFL, Week 1 wrapped up with the Vikings beating the Bears 27-24. Week 2 will begin on Thursday with the Packers and Commanders. The Dolphins will play their home opener on Sunday when they host New England. And the Marlins, who fell to the Nationals 15-7. Game 2 of the 4-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 6:40 from Lone Depot Park. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
You know, I would say the good news and the positive is I don't see how it could be worse. And I also believe in, you know, the coaches and players to get it fixed, because it wasn't, you know, it's just a shame. It's you work behind the scenes for months on end and you don't show any of it. It's frustrating, but that can be a good thing. And that's what I saw from the positive. You could tell, as frustrating as it was, the team didn't splinter and the effort still remained. There's things there, but overall, I'm not trying to, you know, paint a glossy. I'll call it what it is. It wasn't, you know, embarrassing. Not anything that paying fans sign up for.
What the hell is he talking about? You know, maybe he's on a different level, McGenius guy, whatever the hell he is, nerd boy. But anyway, their team has no respect for the coach. They play like that. They're like, come on, man, get us a dang guy in here. Where's the physicality of this team? What did you say?
They're soft. They're soft.
They're soft. Like, I'm with
soft.
you on that. And every part of their football team, they have tons of talent on this team. Daniel, we were talking, that's why you picked them to win, because they have tons of talent. Yeah. They don't play with any passion or any smoke to them.
This is what happens when you get your ass kicked and you look so bad doing it. Wow. That was Sexy Rexy Ryan talking. And, of course, Mike, I don't know exactly where Mike was going on all that stuff. It was just bad, Mike. Don't try to hit us with the effort thing some of your players spoke and just all of a sudden, you know, and I could get where, like, you're a head coach, you got to be looking in the mirror going, what just happened, man? Everything we've been working on this game and our game plan, and hey, I think we're going to be able to throw the ball, throw it all over on these guys, and you know.
He just hit you with an I don't know how much worse it can get, or it can't get any worse, right?
Hey, the good news is it can't get any worse. And then,
maybe he's unaware, but you play New England at home on Sunday, it can get a whole hell of a lot worse. You lose that game.
I agree.
Joe, they lose that game. I don't see how they don't start making changes.
You lose to a 4-win team, and
right? Are you with me on that one?
I just don't think they're make changes after 2 games either. I said that yesterday. It was yesterday? It was just two games.
How many weeks can you go with these national media people? They're taking a blowtorch to your brand.
But I will say one thing. You can't, and I get Mike's like, I got to keep the team together, and I can't change, and this is who I am, and all this stuff. If they had another game close to that's a complete stinker, then
you're on board.
Then all bets are off on hey, it's only 2 games, but now it's at home.
I think any loss to the Patriots at home would be a stinker, though.
But I got to tell you, it's going to have to be really bad, and I don't think it will be.
Wait, let's backtrack. What do you mean you don't think it will be?
I can't imagine.
Okay,
I don't think
none of us could have imagined they would have.
I know, but I don't
think to the Colts.
I don't think they can play that poorly 2 games in a row. Now,
why? I mean, I'm not just asking you just for debate's sake here, but what do you imagine will be better?
Oh no, I think it's going to be a really tight game.
Because the Patriots suck.
They
got beat up at home by the Raiders.
They didn't get beat up, but your
whatever.
point.
You know what I mean? They lost to the Raiders at home.
Suck. Did you do a suck again in garbage? Can you try not suck in garbage?
They must not be very good.
I know, but
someone thinks the Dolphins are going to win the game.
Can you,
as
a guy that didn't exactly, can you slow down on the suck and garbage a little bit?
Fine, they're very good. Whatever you want.
I'm not saying very good.
The Dolphins are favored in this game somehow.
Yeah, and
It was also a pick'em game against the Colts.
But I got to tell you, if they don't play a lot better real quickly, there will be changes before I thought they would take place.
Well, let's backtrack before I overreacted there and go to the original question. Why do you what leads you to believe it will be better?
I can't imagine they could play as poorly. That's one of the worst games I've ever seen, Woody. That's why.
I know, but
I don't know if it's doable two games in a row to be that
what
bad.
What did they do poorly that you think they will be able to improve on in the span of 6 days? I hate putting you on the spot because I know you don't have an answer to that question.
I don't.
And I'm not trying to play gotcha here. But
No. I know what you're trying to play, but I'm just telling you, I don't have an answer.
Do you think Tyreek is just gonna all of a sudden he's just gonna go off? Do you think Jalen Waddle's
I'm getting real close to just saying Waddle and Hill are just average guys here pretty soon if we don't start using them and getting them the ball and whatever other problems. Hey, they're probably going to be a little shorthand on the offensive line, and the defensive line for the Patriots pretty good. Landry had 2.5 sacks last week, one of the free agents they were able to get. He's really good. I think Milton played really well at defensive tackle. They're saying he had a great game, and those guys, they spent a lot of money. Those are two of their high-paid free agents. But you're asking me because you did this yesterday about when they're going to start getting rid of people. I just don't think it's going to happen. You asked me Tua.
Yeah, but I could have.
I don't think Tua's going to be gone after 2 games. I
never imagined that Colts game was going to look the way it did.
Okay, but it was.
It was unbelievable.
But I'm just for you and everybody else that's going, we just got to get rid of everybody right now. It's not going to happen.
I hope they go and beat the crap out of the Patriots and turn the whole thing around.
I don't think they can beat the crap out of anybody right now.
I'm with you. And I don't know how they're going to
beat the Patriots. My expectations.
I don't know what the game plan would be because, again, they had months and months and months to figure out a game plan for that Colts game, and it looked like they just kind of rolled out of bed and showed up.
They got to be, as a coaching staff, so demoralized for guys freelancing on defense. Anthony Weaver's just got to be going nuts. Where'd this come from? Now you just decided, instead of doing what you were supposed to in a certain gap, you just did it wherever because you just were frustrated and wanted to get a pass rush, to all the things about guys not going in when they were supposed to, calling timeouts because you're not organized. I mean, so as bad as it was for the players, the coaches basically going, we just spent basically since the Jacksonville game, we had a few weeks to do nothing but focus on the Colts and who's going to play, and pretty good idea who was going to play for us and who's going to play for them. And we look like we just got together for the first time. And
yes,
we blocked our guys blocked the wrong guys on blitzes or didn't block anybody. It was just bad everywhere. It was just
if the Dolphins showed some fight against Indy, it'd be one thing, man. But again, they spent that entire game. It just looked like they were lifeless in that.
I told you, Woody, yesterday, when you play that badly, it looks like,
I know.
It looks like a bad effort. It looks like you really quit on, as they said on the shows and everybody shows,
it wasn't
you quit on your coach.
Everyone
you quit on your coach. You look so bad. It looked like you quit on the coach right there. You've had enough of that show and everything he does for you to make it fun every day, and the nice environment and everybody comfortable. Hey, we got great food down there when we're done. Hey, how's your parking spot? You happy with it? Go down video room, play some games. Yeah. Anyway, man, it's got to get picked up. But Woody, and Omar said it too, if it's really bad again, he might make some changes. I do think this speeds up the process for Stephen Ross to go,
well,
I'm not going through this all year flying to these games.
Joe, again, if they look like that and they just look like they have no interest in playing, it feels like they don't respond to the coach anymore. And
right.
I do like Mike, you know that. But it just feels like they are not responding to
That's
him.
how guys get fired right off the bat.
Do you agree, though? It felt like in that first game that they just don't want to play for him.
If Mike has
another
find a guy
game
like this,
find someone that can step in.
Well, they would. Somebody would go interim, and you're right. It'd probably be Coach Weaver.
And then give the word from up top that you're going to start the other guy at quarterback, and see how it shakes out, man. But this is just. If it looks like it did on Sunday again at home,
Okay, so the second part, you added that part to getting the coach part, and now you flipped it on because you do this. They're not
Oh,
going
no,
to
no,
bench.
that's part of my package deal, by the way.
They're
yeah.
not going to bench him.
No, that's part of the package deal.
Tua's not getting benched after 2 games.
If you make some serious changes and you change the coach, then I would start Quinn Ewers the rest of the way.
It's a long shot that the coach gets replaced after 2 games. It's
Well, let me ask you
really
a
long
question.
shot.
Let me follow up then.
Go ahead. Let me hear what else are you going to add into this thing?
Assuming that
make-believe
whoever you
world?
name the interim is not going to get the job, right? You're probably going to go out and look for a coach at the end of the season, assuming the interim doesn't take the job. There's going to be a new quarterback in Miami. You would agree with that, yes?
So I got to tell you, I'm not so sure about that because we owe him 50-something million the following year. Money talks, man. What are you going to do? You're going to eat all that money?
Good luck finding a real coach that's going to come in and want to deal with that guy.
I think
what a mess.
I think for the real good coaches, that if you get a really good coach, he comes in, he goes, look it, here's the deal. I'm not aboard with Lefty. I know you owe him a lot of money. I know we're going to probably have to keep him, but I'm not aboard with it. There would be a guy that would not just go, oh, boy, it's my chance to be a head coach. I can work with him. I'll do it.
You'll find a guy like that out there. There's plenty of Mikes running around out there that'll be like, oh, I'll rehab him.
But anyway, Woody, I'm just going to keep saying this week because you brought it up twice.
Mm-hmm.
Tua ain't getting benched after the second game.
I'll probably bring it up again tomorrow.
Okay. You keep bringing it up.
I just think if you are going to make a change at coach,
by the way, I don't think he's going to get the like after this game, Mike's done as a coach. I don't think that's going to happen.
I hope not. I hope they win. I can't stand the Patriots. I hope they win. Do I think they will? No.
Okay.
And that's just because I don't think that they did anything well on Sunday.
You don't think? They didn't do anything
There's
well.
nothing to build off of from Sunday. There's nothing like, oh, man, you know what? They played their asses off. I'm sure they'll get the Patriots on Sunday.
And I'll be honest, I thought of the Detroit Lions practice when I was watching that game towards the end. I went, wow, maybe we should have read in to that practice.
Remember everyone said we're overreacting?
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a little wake-up call for everybody. Now, again, you're just looking for signs of like, listen, man, I'm as shocked as anybody. I didn't expect it. And then you saw it just got worse and worse, and it didn't get any better in the second half, and it was bad, and it was just bad everywhere to the point you're going, ooh. And the stuff was like, boy, a couple games like this, and Mike ain't going to have a job. This happens for 4, 5, 6 games, and you got 3 AFC East teams. You don't play well against the 3 AFC East teams the next 3 weeks, including the Bills. Like, you go up there and you get smashed on Thursday Night Football. There should be a lot of people hiding in their offices. I can tell you that. There should be a lot of people. There should be nobody running out. Because I also have people tell me, hey, man, and I just started hearing this one. We just don't have enough talent. We don't have a lot of talent. I'm like, bad time now. That's too late to throw that one out. Somebody went to the owner and told him we have enough talent to win right now. So don't be behind the scenes going, I don't know how much talent we have. Too late. And by the way, somebody threw out we're too young. There's going to be growing pains. I saw a lot of veteran guys that didn't play well.
Come on.
That's not going to work either. Hey,
a lot of texts coming in, by the way.
Good.
Can we get some of them?
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, Woody, just so you know, man, you can bring it up every time and give you the same answer.
That's fine.
The coach and the quarterback aren't done after 2 games. We owe that quarterback so much money. I think we owe him $70-something million.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, that's after this year. All right. Hey, Cliggies. Tua can get a Cliggies card or 2. Boy, they're nice, man. He'd like them. Actually, I got to tell you, you haven't seen a Cliggies cart, and you're starting to look around what I call the community golf cart, man. The one where you can go with the family on a Friday night and go down and see some friends or go over, and it's a big cart community. Boy, I'll tell you what, you will love their golf carts. Cliggies carts feature Royal EV golf carts, the coolest golf carts in America today. They are designed like nobody else's business. They are all electric, featuring 48 and 72-volt lithium battery options, designed and engineered to be a leader in quality and safety. Safety is a big one because, when the kids got them and you worry and something happens, I got to tell you, man, with their safety feature, you don't have to worry about the kids. The aluminum frames, you don't have to worry about the rust. That's what they have. Adjustable front seat in all of their 6-seat models, which is something nobody else has. They have the 4-seaters as well. Hey, they'll do the colors for you, whatever team colors you want, sound bars, LED lighting. Cliggy's Carts, located next to Okeechobee Steakhouse on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. I know it sounds crazy when I'm telling Dade and Broward and up in Jupiter, go to Cliggy's. You got to see them. You got to go to the showroom. You got to take one for a little test drive around the area there. You will absolutely fall in love. I don't care where you are. It's worth it to go to West Palm Beach and see them. Call 877-CLIGGYS. That's KLIGGYS, or visit Cliggy'sCarts.com. I got to tell you, you're going to love Cliggy's Carts. They are slashing prices like nobody's business, man. Hey, listen to this one, too, on top of everything else. Free delivery. Anywhere you are in South Florida, they'll deliver it to your home. Hey, not only that, $1,000 off or 0% financing as well. Cliggy's doing it all for you, but you got to see him in person before you go somewhere else. I promise you, when you go to Cliggy's, you won't go anywhere else because you're going to love those Cliggy's Carts.
104.3 F.
clever. He can be funny. I think he's a great offensive mind, but is he a leader of men? Now, the Colts are better than people think. Colts have a good roster, but that you can't have that. You can't have Daniel Jones going 7 for 7 on drives. That defense did not come to play. After the game, there were some concerning quotes from defensive players. Head coach is a CEO. It's not just a play caller. I don't doubt Mike McDaniel is a great play caller and will get a great OC job. But I also don't love the roster. When you watch those two teams play, Colts had way more good players, and it wasn't particularly close.
All right. Wow. Everybody was.
I can play those all day. But
everybody jumped in on the party and their thoughts of how effed up the Dolphins were in that first game. I didn't say it, by the way. F can be whatever you want it to be. That was brutal. And listen, man, it is now on Mike. He's the head coach. And first couple years, we had the fun offense and flying around and fast and speed is cool and we were fun to watch and it was great. And everything Mike did, Miami Mike, remember that? Miami Mike, and he's just completely different than all the other head coaches.
Yeah, Jeff did that real nice piece about
it.
When
nice piece.
He was the hottest thing going.
About a background and, going in the office early and everything Mike's been through. He opened up about his life a little bit and he's just, everybody, and it was different, and he's doing things a lot different at camp, and it was, the thought was it was working, and now a lot of people haven't liked it when they go to practice. A lot of people don't like the music. A lot of people don't like the orange jersey given to the most popular player from the day the practice before. And he picks the music, and it's loud.
Sound like Rex Ryan right now.
And no, because all these guys say it. I'm talking on behalf of every guy that goes out there.
Yes.
And they go, I went out there, and I got to be honest with you, or they had joint practice. I don't want to say his name. He goes, I have a joint practice, and we're coming out, and their guys are coming out differently, and it's like we're getting ready to practice as a team, and I go, man, that's just that's the way he does it. He's just pretty loose about things. And so
you want some text?
Now that it doesn't work, and you look like, I don't know what the hell you did the last couple weeks before this game. I mean, it's been talked about, it's been beaten up. There's nothing else you can say. But then all the comments that have come out about when you looked at bad, and now you find yourself defending yourself going, no, they didn't quit in the game. I mean, no, they played hard. I know it. I mean, when you look really, and it's true, when you look as bad as they looked, both sides of the ball equally bad. I mean, 43 yards in the first half, 43 yards, and you scoring, if you just heard again, 7 possessions, they scoring every one. Anyway, what do you got, Woody? I'm sorry.
It's amazing you keep reading those numbers off, by the way, how bad it was. And again, I hope that.
Oh, stat-wise, those got to be some.
I hope that
those are some of the ugliest sisters I've ever read.
This is just blind faith or hope, but I hope something changes for Sunday. But, I don't know. A lot of stuff's got to change.
I don't know. We'll be watching.
For them to win a football game, a lot of stuff's got to change.
We'll be watching you.
We will be watching, Joe. We're always watching. How is Greer getting a hall pass? All three need to go. McDaniel, Greer, and Tua from the 305. Greer's getting a hall pass, but
I don't think he gets a hall pass at all.
He built this.
By the way, when it's all set, when he's all said and done, one guy got final say.
Yeah, in fairness to Mike, he didn't put this group together.
And one final say, and there ain't no we in GM. GM got final say. He was given directly all the power to make decisions within the money that he had. He blew it out 2 years ago. He was limited this year on free agent money, but he's still able to bring in some guys. And, hey, he got final say even on Darren Waller. I don't blame the coach or the coordinator going, that was my guy 5 years ago.
Waller thing today.
He was – okay. Anyway, go ahead. You got me going.
You got a heart attack. The Darren Waller thing is so stupid.
He might be ready this week, and if not this week, Thursday he's going to be ready. Anyway, what else?
He's Odell too, okay? Just Let it go. Brian Flores was right. We got that. Starting O-line after not playing the preseason lasted 3 plays.
Man, he has so much for the starting 5 playing together. How many snaps they take? Wasn't very many.
3. I'm embarrassed to be a Dolphin fan. Fire the coach. Hire Gruden. We need new blood. This team needs to purge. By the way, that's like when I say, start benching guys and start doing at some point you do have to rip the Band-Aid off, right? I don't know what point people think is like the point of no return, but
you know what the old school guys want? I'll tell you what. I'll speak on a bunch of old school guys, not necessarily John Gruden guys.
I know
John Gruden's
pleased with me usually. So what do they like?
So let me just say this: how about somebody that's not getting it done? You just cut them. How about somebody this week if they don't play well and they don't get the message, or you don't think they're buying into what you're selling? How about make a little move to make a little statement? You can't get rid of the whole team.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, who would you cut, and where's the depth to
whoever?
Whoever
the ass
clown is. You want to embrace
is.
this. You want to go all in on the season's gone, right? If you want to go all in at that point, I don't know, how many games you have to lose.
I don't know. Not
to
one.
Get to that point.
Not 2.
Not 3. Not 4. Like
I didn't say that.
When do we get to that point?
LeBron on you.
You were going LeBron on me. That's just what I don't get. Like, what point do you just say?
I don't know, Woody, but it's week 2. We haven't played the second game, and you're already trying to come up with when's the time to get rid of Mike. I don't know. If it's bad, it'll happen quickly.
Says backstabber Greer always says he got the players the coach wanted. They do a lot of we. There is a lot of we with those.
There ain't no we in
GM,
GM, man. There ain't no we in quarterback. There ain't no we in head coach, and there ain't no we in GM on this team. I like that. I wish Chris Greer's the we. He's the we. He's the we king. He's the wee king of the organization. Well, with this, we want.
This guy's blaming. Here you go, Joe. You're number 20. I let the Finns local beat writers persuade me into wasting my money on Sunday Ticket. I'm a damn idiot. I think this year you can cancel Sunday Ticket whenever you want.
Really?
Yeah, I think they have a new policy now that you can cancel whenever you want. The problem is
all the games were really good. Most of the games in week 1 were great. They're all close except ours.
So Red Zone is a great way to watch. I love Red Zone. The problem is if you're a Dolphin fan, the Dolphins do not appear on Red Zone so often.
Well, you got to have highlights to be.
Yeah, so you're not going to get much of a.
That game wouldn't have had a lot of. Well, it had a lot of.
They showed
Colts
Achane touchdown on a replay.
All right. I think Red Zone's the greatest thing. I like baseball's got the same thing. They do this wrap-up thing on MLB Network, and you can just watch all the home runs and see what everybody did. They throw up the stats, and it's great.
Tyler Warren could have helped Tua Sunday.
Oh, God, is he going to be? I don't know how all the other rookies played in week 1, but he's going to catch. You know, that guy's like 6'6", 260 pounds. He runs like it's incredible. And his body movement for a guy that size, he's going to catch. Then they line him up at fullback, and he runs on short yardage. You know, we have this talk about who's going to get it done on short yardage. Mm-hmm. We got a 260-pound guy that can play fullback too.
Okay.
What a player he is.
I chuckled at this one. 772 says fans need to start a GoFundMe so we can buy out Tua.
Let me tell you, get your friends and do that for like 25 years. You couldn't buy that out.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of zeros on that buyout. Jeez. Oh my God.
We owe him. By the way,
in fairness,
I checked yesterday. Yesterday. All right, I know we owe him 50 something this year.
What was the final number? What are we at?
I think it's 50. I don't know. I get the money on what the cap hit's going to be and what he's going to make, but it's a lot of money this year and next year.
It won't come out of your checks. Don't worry, Joe.
No, my checks.
Someone said 0-4. 0-4 is the number.
0-4 could be.
Okay.
That could be. 0-4. I'll just say this: 0-4, and then you ask me that question. Then I go, all bets are off today. Officially, all bets are off here.
I don't want to see you at 0-4. I can't imagine what you'd come in.
Well, think about what that means. That means the Patriots and Jets, and the Jets would be the 4th game. The Jets beat you at home. Oh,
0-1 was so bad you had to have a talking to. The boss had to speak to you.
that's
It's
because
so
I do
bad.
a couple S-bombs.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine 0-4.
Why you always got to bring up my business anyway? Like, why do you do
brought
that?
it up. I didn't know you got
I
talked
did.
to.
I said I just made a little comment.
I'm just saying. I could
because I was
imagine-
apologizing, and somebody said, I don't know how he gets away with that. There's always somebody out to get you. It's so funny doing these shows. There's always I used to have this attorney, I can't remember his name, that was always first he's on Neil Rodgers, and then he got on me, and like, you know, he's always trying to get somebody fired. And occasionally somebody actually take time to track down my beautiful, talented general manager, Claudia.
Maybe they were offended
by the S word.
You were very harsh yesterday.
Did I say the F word? Do I ever say the F word?
You don't.
S word.
That happens to be one of your favorite words, but you don't use it on the show.
I got all my kids saying S show now. It's a S show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So why do you walk around your house saying that, don't
well,
you?
now they're all going. Now, yeah, it's bad.
Did you tell your wife your thoughts on the Dolphins' start to the season? Does she care?
She watched the game.
No way.
She watched the game, and when I walked through the front door that night, she goes, I know you're pissed. I go, I hope everybody's pissed.
Was she easy on you? She nice to you at least?
Yeah, she kills me. She kills me with kindness.
Good.
She's
good.
She loves me. She loves me a lot. Hey, we got to go to break here, Woody. Jeez.
Company Joe, if no new QB, we continue to lose with Greer's pick. 5-6-1.
No.
Anyone that calls you Company Joe,
let's get rid of 2 after 2 games.
The Gruden text in all caps.
Would you want to take a look before you make a change? Or is Gruden the guy?
Oh, I have no idea if Gruden's the guy.
Oh, we got all this Gruden stuff. Then I find out Jamie says they're doing that with the Gator job. Like, get Gruden. Let's grab some Coronas and get Gruden. Remember, he did all those Corona ads. He was doing them for a while. Hey, I got to tell you,
he's a lunatic too. By the way, he thinks the Gators are going to go in LSU and win, which would be fantastic. By the way, because it'll keep that coach around longer.
Can you do me a favor and just stop on the Gator stuff for just one day? I'm telling you, your kids go to school there, you'll change.
They run a good discipline program when they're not spitting in guys' faces.
All right. Well, you just make sure you tell those 2 boys yours you're not allowed to spit, and you can use the Gators as an example.
It's the new thing in sports, though. It's the new punch.
All right. Hey, we got to talk about something a lot more important. Dr. Barrick, man, and his staff, they're unbelievable. Recovery Unplugged. Boy, if you're going through some hard times right now, a lot of us men have gone through it. Lost a job, going through a rough time in a relationship. Just all of a sudden you got off the road and you're having trouble getting back on. You know, we're always talking about game changers on the field, but here's one for your mental health. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health has a beautiful mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale. Great success for you, man. For 12 years, they've helped over 20,000 people heal with expert clinical team, innovative treatments, including like this ketamine therapy or for depression and anxiety and trauma. If you or someone you love needs a winning strategy, call 954-737-4508. Pick up the phone and call them 954-737-4508, or just visit recoveryunplugged.com. Everyone deserves a great season in life. And if you're going through some hard times right now, Recovery Unplugged can really make a difference. Heal out loud.
Miami Sports League.
I mean, this is a lack of preparation, a lack of understanding, a lack of commitment. They're getting outflanked on defense on a consistent basis by basic concepts by Indianapolis. This was a bad tape to watch. I'd also say this. One of the notes watching this game that I kept coming up with was, where is Tyreek? It was wild to see how many plays Tyreek Hill wasn't on the field. I accounted for him on the field, I think, 4 times on third down. How about this? Today is 1 year since Tyreek Hill has had a catch that exceeded 30 yards.
That's crazy.
That's his whole game.
That is one of the great mysteries of a team full of mysteries. That one ranks right up there. Omar can try to sell me the next 25 years of my life. Well, probably ain't going to make it 25 years. Check that. When he sees me, try to sell me how a guy that's fresh off 2 10-100 meters to go as one of the great deep threats we've had in this league over the last 7 or 8 years, that he has one 30-yard catch in a year. And it was last year against Jacksonville in that opener. By the way, what a hell of a day that was for Tyreek Hill. Jeez. There's been things happen around here. You can't make those up. But anyway, yeah, one 30-yard catch. The other part, by the way, going in and out of the game, Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill put their hand up. I don't know how many times. I don't know how many of them were third down times, and I didn't watch the tapes after the games, but they both took themselves out a few times and out of the game. But I do, as the Larry Zonka said, man, it was very simple and right to the point. This was from Larry Zonka right after the game. I love Larry Zonka. I love him before this. Unprepared, uninspired, and unacceptable. Coming from what we like to call with the Miami Dolphins, the president of the club. The president of the club. Mr. Zonka, where would you like to sit? Mr. Zonka, is this going to work for you? Royalty. Unprepared, uninspired, and unacceptable. By the way, he's really mellowed out as Larry's gotten older. But for him to send that out, I mean, here's a guy that's seen perfection. When he got there, it was bad. He's seen building something back up the way it needs to be done. And he's spoken. Mad, sad, and hopeful was followed that up, by the way, to be fair. I think after he wrote that, he probably let me give him a little hope there while everything else is going on. Hey, Woody, we've got the
We're getting more names coming in here, by the way. We got Louis Riddick for GM.
Of course. Well, here, let me just do this for every guy that's on TV, because of course you're going to want every guy that's on ESPN. Of course.
So here's the thing, Joe. We were talking about during the break. Like,
Rex ain't never coaching down here as a former Jets coach.
Not.
That ain't going to happen.
Of course not.
And by the way, if you put Belichick on that list, that ain't happening down here either.
And I have absolutely zero idea if Gruden would be a good idea. I don't know if he would be good. I don't even know if he wants to do it.
What do you mean?
I mean, he's made a job with Barstool.
He's already told everybody he wants to get back as head coach.
But
he's told the world he wants to be head coach.
I have no idea if Gruden would be the right hire. Is what I'm saying.
Well, thank you.
But
You've come around.
But what I think is that, and I think people are right about this, they do need, it can't just be the next hot coordinator or some college coach. Like, it has to be someone who has run an NFL program.
I don't know. I'm not going to put most of the guys end up being former coordinators. So stop with that.
But that's the problem, though, is it's another experiment, right? Like, and it's just for whatever reason, they just don't seem to work out here.
We got to have, first of all, so Brian Flores was too hard.
Yeah.
Mike's too easy. What the F do we want?
We're like the Three Little Bears. We want the one like just right.
We don't want anybody to hurt anybody's feelings.
We need someone down the middle.
We don't want anybody that says, whatever, bro.
You talk to Stroker?
Oh, man. Put a damn vote in there for Don Strock. I like that.
Well, I know. They just want to know what he thought of the game, not the coach.
You want to have Don Strock? I'll put Don Strock on this week. You want him on? It won't be pretty.
I'd love to hear what he has to say. Sure. By the way, why don't you ask him about the quarterback play? What he saw from that guy?
I will.
That's who I'd like.
You
to
know
hear
what?
from.
I will call Don Strock tonight.
He must be pissed.
Yes. Well, he'll be by the way, he'll be brutally honest.
Yeah, good.
Hey,
That's what we need. We need a
Stroh
little honesty around
Stroh
here.
goes, hey man, I'll tell you what I see. You don't have to worry about that. You want Mike Westhoff on? He'll give you. He's not afraid to say.
You know what? It sucks. So
Hell.
usually this is like later in the season we have to do this.
I know.
Hey, make it through week 1.
Let's go to break.
The texters want like an all ESPN crew here.
Yeah.
To run the Dolphins.
Who else is on? I'm trying to think who else would be on that list. We'll just take everybody from that show that's got great ideas every week.
Orlovsky's not. I mean, he's smart.
What's he going to do?
You bring in Orlovsky as your OC.
Okay.
You could bring in, let's see, Teddy Bruschi. What is he working for? Who's he working for?
Herm Edwards is working part-time. Herm's my guy from Cal.
Hey, man, Kirk Herbstreit's watched a lot of football.
Herbie?
Why don't you have him come in?
Herbie? Probably come in here. All right. Hey, listen, right now we got to talk about Mike. Okay, I'm done with make-believe world. Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. That's the real thing. Well, I'll tell you what. Hey, Michael Kotze, he's too busy, man. If this guy wasn't working, getting you a mortgage and with the best rates and getting them quickly for you, that's what Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage does, man. The man has no life. He's always working, which that's what happens when you're a coach, too. The man does work 7 days a week. Matter of fact, a lot of you are looking for real estate or looking to close on a weekend, and Michael Kotze's already started the process, getting all the paperwork done and making sure you're ready to go. First-time home buyers, are you a little frustrated out there right now? Because every time you're in the running, but there's others there, you lose out. Let's get you pre-qualified, so get all that work done. So when you go in, you know you've been approved for a certain amount of money, so you can go in there and get that home you really want. Fixed rates in the 5s, self-employed, been declined by the banks, got a program for you that Michael Kotze's put together that's really good. I always tell everybody this. Go to Google reviews on the web, Choice Mortgage Reviews. Boy, I'll tell you what, he's got something for everybody, including the seniors, a program for the seniors to convert your home equity into money. You're 62 or older, you and your spouse, and got all this equity in your home. You have had it paid off. You've been living there 30 years. Michael Kotze can help you get that money quickly and get rolling. That money you could really use as you get closer to retirement. Hey, man, this guy's working, man. He can get it done 7 days a week. Call or text him, 561-441-2730. More than 30 years of experience, MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change, daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
Kia.com. Starting in the NFL, week 1 wrapped up with the Vikings beating the Bears 27-24. Week 2 begins on Thursday with the Packers and Commanders. The Dolphins will play their home opener on Sunday when they host New England. And the Marlins, who fell to the Nationals 15-7. Game 2 of the 4-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 6:40 from Lone Depot Park. Joe, we'll go ahead and send it back to you here. We do have some good stuff. Hopefully here we'll do some giveaways if you're okay with.
Yeah. No. We need something to lighten up the mood a little bit here.
All right, here you go. Champion boxer Mike Tyson is bringing his Return of the Mike show to Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood this December.
He's doing more stand-up, huh?
Yeah, stories and more from Iron Mike. We got a chance for you to win tickets. Just text the word Tyson to 20357.
I thought he's pretty good on the last one. Did
the
you
Broadway
like it?
one?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I thought it was excellent, actually. Again, that's Tyson to 20357. For more info, go to WQAM.com. It's a text contest. Message and data rates apply. Don't text and drive. Tickets are also available for purchase at casino.hardrock.com/Hollywood.
Sounds good, Woody. He's got a great story. I love the documentaries on him.
Awesome.
Lost a ton of money.
He did was great.
Lost $1 zillion with Don King, only in America. And
well, he's got the fight with Floyd coming up.
He just got a big fat paycheck for that, whatever
Jake
that
Paul
thing was.
thing.
Did he get $8 million?
He got a lot.
Sure. Did all right. It's amazing. These old boxers.
Yeah.
The old bands are coming back. The old boxers are coming back. They're popular.
Yeah. What was it? The Who that was just here, right?
Yeah, but they're getting big crowds, all these bands, and half the guys in the band are dead, so they're like bringing in other.
Okay.
What are you laughing about?
Whatever, man.
Well, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying they're giving Father Time wins, man. Father Time.
I mean, they lived a little bit on the
By
edge,
the way,
though, right?
I got to tell you,
guys.
all those guys that are still alive that were around in the 70s doing some drugs that I got to tell you, those Bay Area bands that made it through with all the drugs floating through, I got Berkeley. I got to tell you, man, there were drugs when I got to Cal in the 70s. Whew. Some of them scared me. I mean, literally, the mushrooms and Quaaludes and the cheap marijuana. You get a little bag of marijuana for $5 back then or $10. It was bad stuff. I mean, it was very, very cheap.
Yeah, inflation's hit that too.
Yeah, no, that's a different world now. Different world. But they had, guys that go, what the hell did you take? I took some acid. What? Friggin' acid? They had mescaline. God, they had all. You ever heard of that stuff, Woody?
Not.
I'm throwing out some stuff.
No.
Let me just tell you. Apparently, it scared me. It's because when the guy would come down, I go, so what was it like? Was it an upper or a downer? And they go, no, man, the world changes colors. I don't want any of that stuff. I don't want to see people differently in different colors, and you're hallucinating. And they had all that kind of stuff, man. It's crazy world. And I'm here to tell you that I did not take any of that. Most of that stuff I did not take.
Good.
Did not take.
You're a smart man. We're going to give away more tickets.
What else you have?
You want to do it now?
Yeah, just
All
keep
right.
going. We had I'll tell you what, the first 7 hours, 4 yesterday and first 3 today have been
dicey, huh?
Not easy.
Very mean-spirited. We have tickets to Beer Fest for the Marlins.
wrong.
You cannot go wrong with
I'm
that.
off beer, but Beer Fest is good.
What do you mean you're off beer?
No, I'm trying not to drink beer. I love beer, but beer's not good to me.
Well, you would go to a beer fest and drink. Like if it was there, you would drink it, wouldn't you?
I am really, I know this
Or have you
sounds
gone,
crazy.
like-
I have now, look, I'll still drink. My brother-in-laws love beer, and I'll drink a beer or two with them. But I just like to sip on tequila.
Mm-hmm. This is a health thing, right?
It's a weight thing.
Okay.
And a health thing a little bit. Anyway.
They brought over that giant cupcake thing, whatever that was the other day, and you wolfed it down. You didn't seem to have an issue with that.
I did. You know what was that? German chocolate
cake. It was good. It was good.
German chocolate is really old school. God, that was good old school. That was Julie's birthday.
Yeah. But you didn't see.
I didn't say her age because you're not supposed to say somebody's age.
Do you know it?
I do.
Anyway, Beer Fest coming to Lone Depot Park this Saturday. Marlins and Tigers. Sample domestic, international, and local craft beers. What creative caller number do you want to go with today, Joe?
Let's go with 3.
I don't know.
But you got to
why,
guess what the number caller 3 is.
Why 3? What's
3
the
turnovers?
significance? 3 turnovers.
That we got to get rid of. You can't have 3 turnovers. We got
win
to
the turnover.
We got to do
battle.
what the Colts did. 0. We need that number 0.
I don't know who's more passionate about the turnover battle, you or Don Bailey Jr. We'll go caller number 3, 305.
You know that's still the biggest stat jerky, right?
305-567-0560. Yeah, he lets me know every pregame.
No, but you feel like
me.
turnovers are like an old guy thing. Turnovers just football. It's just like any level.
I know, but it's just funny that you guys are very passionate about it.
Well, let's just say the Dolphins turned it over 3 times, and that was 17 of the points. Not that it would have mattered because they lost by more than that. But, yeah, you don't want to turn the ball over. Whew, man, even that had to get ugly. Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED, low T. I want to talk to all the men out there in their 40s and up. Listen, let's have an honest talk with each other here for just a second. I had full-blown low T and ED. I'm not proud of it. It's a fact. I got rid of it because I went to Atlantic Men's Clinic. Now, you're going through it. Starts in your 40s, 50s, 60s. By the time you're in your 60s, you have low T. The question is, if your energy level, and you're going, well, it's just normal. I'm not going to be as active as I used to be. I'm like, why? Who came up with that? That's not true, man. That's not true. You go to Atlantic Men's Clinic, you get rid of ED, you get rid of low T, and you have the energy of a 30-year-old all of a sudden, and you're going, I like this. I like this. I like having my energy to go play tennis when I'm done here today. I like my energy to get my sex drive back to chase that beautiful wife of mine around. I like all that stuff. And I'm guessing you still do too. And if you're going through it, it's going to happen to every guy. ED and low T going to happen to every man out there sooner or later. No man goes, I went right to my grave and I was just 100% in the bed, man. Never had a problem. That's a lie. And I just want to tell you that Atlantic Men's Clinic will give you great results. You go in there. We're going to set up that first appointment. I want you to set it up today. Get the PSA test. If medically advised, a test dose. You'll meet with their professionals. They'll sit down with you, go over everything, get your results, and then they put together a program for you to get great results. I'm always asked, how quickly? Quickly. I get it. You want to get rid of ED and low T and start being more active on the weekends and start losing that weight you've gained because you still eat the same amount, but you're not active. You know what that equals, 20 pounds. Call them today, 877-455-7300. Make sure you tell Atlantic Men's Clinic Joe Rose said to give them a call. Go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com, get more information. You got to set up that first appointment. If you are dragging through and can't keep your eyes awake even for a good football game, you need to go to Atlantic Men's Clinic. They make a difference. It works.
The Joe Rose
to everybody. By the way, with better news here this morning, besides the Dolphin game, which was a blowout and it was ugly and all the things that we've talked about for 2 days, the rest of the NFL was for the most part pretty good. There were a couple of games that a couple teams didn't look great, but for the most part, comeback even last night, Monday Night Football, Vikings down 17-6, come back, score 21 in the fourth to beat the Bears, and hell, who could complain about the Sunday night game? I even got home in time to watch 3 quarters of it. And it was fantastic, man. By the way, I don't know how you rank them. It's too early. I don't want to go off one game ranking everybody in this power. We power rank everybody and rank players and rank this. I got to tell you something. Lamar and Josh, is there a way we can break the rules and they have to play each other twice a year and not in the playoffs, because playoffs is always going to be a potential for 3 times a year. That is fun to watch. And right off the bat, you see those two play and you go, yep, those are 2 of the best in the game. Again, the way they played. Boy, I still think Baltimore's got a great roster too. Just loaded on that team. And yet, they turned the ball over late, and all of a sudden, that 2-touchdown lead was gone. And Josh played out of his rear end at the end of that game, put up stupid numbers in the fourth quarter of that game. But there was a bunch of good games. There was a bunch of games. That by the way, the Jets and Pittsburgh was top
Most
5
of the games
games
in the 1 o'clock window, like when the witching hour rolled around, were pretty close.
You get to see the witching hour, but I got to tell you, there was great finishes.
Wins
a lot of the
become
games,
losses and losses
that's
become wins.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a good one. But a lot of 3-point games, 1-point game. Cleveland fans are going, we had Cincinnati, we blew it, we had it. And what was the one problem some of them had late in the turnover thing?
That's not true. Cleveland guy missed a field goal.
No, but the guy went to catch it and it lifted up and gave it to the defensive back and trying to catch it, flip it up to himself.
Well, the next time you and DBJ have dinner together, you guys can talk about turnovers, how important.
Why do you feel like turnovers are such an outdated, like it's vanilla ice cream or something?
Vanilla ice cream. That's good.
You're like, it's so funny. Like everybody, I know everybody's into stats, man. Stats win. I don't know. The Ravens had a lot of good stats, especially in the running game, except that one turnover.
Well, yeah, you can't fumble late in the game. That's not ideal. No.
What did he run for in that game? He ran for some stupid number.
Had to be close to 200, I think.
Every time he touched it there in that second quarter, it was or first quarter, he was.
How is that guy? He's in his early 30s now. Is he 31? I want to say. How does he take that level of? I know he dishes out a lot.
I think he dishes more than. I think he dishes more than he takes. If you don't get him on the line of scrimmage, and you let him get going with those long strides,
well, because guys go low.
But I saw some guys for the Bills early in the game throwing their body into him without wrapping up. And you're like, that. What do you think? What do you think throwing your body, 220 or 230 pound body into him at linebacker, or a safety throwing a 210 pounds into him? You think that's going to touch him? He's 250 pounds.
Best back in football, you think?
I don't.
Remember I told you Saquon was after the first game, and then you were like, wait until we see the big horse?
Well, I think Barkley's special.
He is.
But I'll tell you what, I think a lot of people when Barkley went to Philly, went, oh, no, this is bad for the league because they're going to be really good. And when the big horse went to Baltimore, everybody went, can you imagine the read option now? Mm-hmm. Hands it off. Now he keeps it and he runs. Lamar runs for 15 yards outside.
Hey, man, the big horse was up for grabs. Whoever wanted to pay him, right?
He got an extension too.
Yeah.
Came in, they go, you're so good, we're going to give you an extension too.
I remember talking about him when he was available.
I know, I didn't want him.
Oh, did you not?
No, I know.
That's okay. No, I honestly
you
didn't
remember. You do.
I didn't remember.
You remember everything.
I didn't remember that.
Like my wife, you remember everything.
I didn't remember that.
By the way, you have a wife that'll throw stuff out that happened a long time ago, and just
yes. She has a good memory.
She has that, and she can be across the room, and I'll be talking to somebody, a young guy, and tell him, man, this girl, like I said, she's beautiful. And she'll go, and I'm like, you were talking to somebody over like 20 feet away. How could you hear what I was saying? Like, focus on your conversation. When I'm focused.
So you think she hears you too much, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you need me to tell you that you're loud?
Oh, I know.
I mean, your voice is louder than the average person.
I know.
Okay.
Hey, Woody.
Just telling you in case you
Woody,
didn't know. Like,
at this point,
how does she hear me?
Woody, at this point, everything I do or say,
you're under the microscope. Yeah.
I understand. I understand. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you're like one of these NFL coaches.
We got to hit either tomorrow or start on Thursday. Get up to the Patriots land and catch up with what's going on up there as they get set to come down here.
That must have been pretty disappointing for them.
Yes.
All the hype. They had a lot of hype in the offseason. At least no one talked up the Dolphins.
Yeah, but
no one had a kind word to say about the Dolphins
No.
all offseason. They had a lot of stuff to say about the Patriots, though.
What's realistic, though, when you've won 4 games? Like with the next year?
I'm with you.
The Jets.
I mean, the Patriots did spend a lot of money. They made a lot of changes.
So the Jets' offense is really good. What happened to the Jets' defense is supposed to be so good with all those guys that they've drafted? What happened? Anyway, I'm careful. We're going to see them all. I'm being real careful.
Yeah,
because we're going to see 3 AFC East teams the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, and those are
2 and 4 days.
Circling them as wins. I think the Jets are going to be a little tougher than we had anticipated. Perhaps.
Woody. I said this earlier, and I know most people. Nothing's easy with this team from here on out.
Thank you.
Nothing's easy.
Glad you're
We're favored
that.
We're favored against the Patriots. We won't be favored against Buffalo up there, and the Jets will probably be favored against the Jets.
I don't know, man. The Patriots could end up being favored by the time this thing's all said and done. So who knows? I see where the money comes in. It's early.
Would you say 2.5?
It's down to like 1.5 this morning, but it's been bouncing around between 1 and 2. So
nothing but
field goal. We'll say
nothing.
We'll keep it at a field goal.
Nothing is going to be. By the way, you know who the field goal kicker is for Patriots?
Yeah, Borregales.
I thought so.
Yeah,
he won that job.
He did win that job. Yes.
There's a little concern that he might not get that job. Did he not kick well?
I had some bad inside information about that. Obviously,
Victor.
I don't reveal my sources. I'm not revealing
By the
sources.
way, let me see. That sounds like that could be flavor of Victor in there saying that. All right.
Don't do that because he's the only person I know that has stuff like that.
All right. Hey, listen, nobody's more jacked up. I'll guarantee he didn't go to bed early on Sunday night. He stayed up and believed in Josh.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He's a Bills fan.
Oh,
too.
he's a huge Bills fan. It makes no sense. The guy's down here.
Oh, you should have seen him when Jim Kelly came in the booth. He had to get the first picture. He made sure of it.
There's no question he got a Woody. There is no question he got a little excited when he came in there. Hey, Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist, going to join us next. Stay with us.
Sports lives